Okay, tonight we are running a spirit run, corn liquor spirit run. We've got almost 3 gallons of a stripping run that we're going to clean up, double distill, and we are going to first pour it all into this bucket. We're going to get a hydrometer reading. We're going to add water. We're going to proof it down to below 80.
Yep.
And so recently over on Facebook, a guy had a kind of a tragic mishap. He did not proof it down enough.
Had some sort of little leak in his system somewhere, and kind of blew himself up a little bit. So yeah, something definitely to keep an eye on and be cautious about, and just make sure you're proofing down enough.
Yeah, and when people ask how dangerous is this, I tell people it's not dangerous. The kind of dangerous things that can happen are almost always happening through negligence.
They're always preventable, yeah.
So just be careful and do things the way you're supposed to do them, and proof down, make sure anything goes in your stills below 80 proof. That's below the flash point.
If they wanted copper, to just have copper.
Yeah, we were kind of talking with Mile Hi about that this morning. Hadn't worked out the detail fully, but pretty sure that if you're the winner of this still and you want a copper column, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want to do? Start proofing this stuff down?
Yeah. Let's get all this in here. We'll take a measurement. Oh, that's lekker.
Smells great.
Smells good. Ooh, yeah. And while he's doing that, I think I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Mile Hi still, since this is the showcase of the month. This is a stainless steel milk can style still. These things are very durable. One of the things about them that are so nice also is just the stainless is so easy to maintain. That's the main reason why people like stainless. Just very easy to maintain. The last time we used this, we just rinsed it out with a bunch of hot water right after the run, and now we're using it. That's it. That's how easy it is. What are you looking for?
I'm just going to put
let's get a reading on it first, find out exactly where we're at. Good and sanitized there for you.
Oh, yeah. If it wasn't already, it was about to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, the modular design of the stills, we can add a sight glass. We don't have to have sight glass. This is a component you need. This is for the Liebig condenser. You can use different height columns, different thickness columns, deflag, no deflag, all kinds of ways to run this still. All right, where are we at, brother?
Smack dab on 100.
100. So not a long way to go to get to below 80 proof. So let's add a gallon and see where that gets us. And maybe we just add all the water and we're well below 80, but then we have more volume. I don't know. What do you want to do? We're not running a heating element, so it doesn't matter how much volume we have.
Right at 40. A little hair above 40.
ABV?
Or yeah, 40 proof. Or, well, no, ABV, sorry.
Okay, so
right at 80 proof.
We'll add a little more water. Make sure you're below 80 proof.
Yeah, well, I say just throw it in there.
Throw it all in there, all right. So that's going to be well below 80 proof. We're going to put that in the still and fire her up. So we're going to get this ready, start running it tonight. If you want to find out more about the giveaway for this still, just stay tuned. We'll see you in the live.
We're back. Another exciting week in the ABV Society Live. I'm Zach. This is Cyrus. That's a Mile Hi Dual Pro. Look at that.
Look at that beautiful baby right there.
Hopefully one day I'm watching one of you guys run Hopefully one day I'm watching you guys run one of your very own.
We got Mile Hi in the house. I saw he's here chatting with everybody. So big shout out to Mile Hi for doing this promotion with us, allowing us to give away one of these amazing stills. I've had this still now for, I think, almost 3 years, somewhere around there. Have ran gallons and gallons and gallons through it. Great still. Love running it. And Mile Hi is a great company. Good customer service.
Yeah.
Nothing but good things to say about them.
Links in the chat. Looks like Scott Bryan's starting us off early, gifting the membership there.
Oh, and we got new graphic.
I'm too excited about that.
Made that myself. Also, we haven't even announced this part yet, I don't think.
Oh,
but
God.
every 5 gifts, membership gifts, is an entry for the still.
Oh, God.
So
Do we
just
have
another
one
way.
song?
Yeah,
Okay.
Winsong is going to be keeping track of all the gifted memberships so that we can make sure you get in the drawing for the gifted memberships. 5 gifted memberships equals 1 entry into the drawing.
So they gift 5 memberships during the live, right? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
like, that's how else are we going to keep up with it? So every 5 memberships gifted during the live is an entry.
Or on a Saturday open live.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about that. Adam has dropped the Mile Hi links. If you want to go check out this still on their site, check out all the specs on it and everything. There's the link. Go check it out.
Okinagabi, what's up, brother? Collector Rick, Jason, Whiskey Rebel, Terry, all the usual same suspects. Good to see everybody back. And yeah, I think we're super kind of jacked up about this month. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, I get that like long, Collector Rick with the 5.
5 gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. New members have been mashed in. We need a Mortal Kombat voice for that.
Oh, that'd be cool. I could dub that maybe. Oh God. Oh God.
Who
You
did
gotta keep
that?
up with these.
That was Mud Grips.
Mud grips.
Woo-hoo.
I get what I was saying though. I get like really bad. Like I don't even know how to. I guess it's maybe like anxiety, but when you know something's coming, even if it's not a bad thing, and you're just like ready to.
Still anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty big deal. And we just like 2 months ago we gave away lifetime supply of corn or grain.
Year supply.
Or yeah.
Here.
Ooh, screwed that one up, didn't
Redacted.
I? A 1 year supply of grain.
David,
And,
you misspoke.
Wasn't sure how we were going to top that, but how about a free still?
Yeah.
Free still's awesome, man. I like just the idea of like maybe it's a guy that doesn't really have, or that's got a Viver, that's got some kind of starter still, and just giving them a little badass Mile Hi dual purpose pro.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, and the still that is in the link is an all stainless still, but if you want to upgrade to the copper, I think we're going to be able to work that out. So that's what this one is. It is the copper 2-inch dual purpose pro, and the other one is all stainless. And you can get either one. We'll be able to work that out.
Yeah. I want to see Bennett in one of those membership gifts.
Yeah.
Tell him get his own. But yeah. What else we got going on?
That's the big thing that we got going on. Of course, we're running a spirit run on some corn liquor, and we're at jar 7 or pint number 8 because the first jar was a quart. And I guess we need to go ahead and proof this. Find out what jar number 7 is.
Possibly the most consistent run of all time.
Spirit runs are very consistent.
162, 161, 163, 163, 160, 162, and whatever this is. Pretty crazy. Oh.
More gifts. The Duke gifted some memberships. Crazy.
Dude, and I would just go out on the limb here and say somehow if the Duke wins, we will find a way to get that still over there.
We'll get it to him. We'll find a way. It might be cheaper just to put it on.
Burn got one.
Burn got one? Hell yeah. I haven't seen him in a while. Jar number 7.
Boy, guy.
Yeah, one. Well, we spilled the beans. That's 159.
Sorry, I forgot about the whole guess the proof aspect there. Duke says he'll come across to get it.
Hell yeah.
What you gotta do? Put in your luggage on the way back.
Check out what Duke's smuggling skills are like.
I think the dude could smuggle some materials. Strikes me as a guy that planned it out well, be well thought out.
Would be well thought out for
You know
sure.
what I mean? So yeah, anyone running anything interesting? Also, hello to the people over on TikTok and Facebook and the other YouTube channel. And yeah, so anyone running anything interesting? Anyone got any things they've been working on that's kind of a little different, or maybe it's the same old stuff you normally run? Either way, can't beat it.
Winsong wants to know if she can qualify to enter this one. Sorry, hon.
Prison wallet.
Employees and employees' families are ineligible for gifts.
Yeah. My luck would be that my wife entered somehow and she wins.
And then we'd have to take it away from her. Sorry.
This is rigged. Whiskey Grit, what's up, brother? That's a cool one over on TikTok. Does a lot of bourbon, does a lot of cool stuff. Did a 7-day water fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a little.
Yeah, you've been talking about it.
I've been talking about it. I just want to plan it out and maybe just think about it a little bit more before I do it, so that I have the best chance to succeed.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just not put anything in your pie hole.
Yeah.
And it's yourself.
You might feel sick.
Yeah. That's fine. I love water though. Like some people just don't like water, and I've never understood that. Like
I don't
know
like the
people
taste.
that I just can't hardly stand water. Oh, really? Because
Well,
it's necessary to your life.
I think what they mean is I really like other stuff with flavor more.
What does that say about the stage of like grocery store type brands? Like they're so good that they're making people like
I don't need that.
I can't stand water. What are you drinking?
Kool-Aid.
Barry's got a sour mash working. Boo's got a honey bourbon.
Ooh,
that sounds good. Joe's doing a toasted corn mash and a mountain brandy mash. Is that toasted corn mash? Is that Jason's recipe that you're doing there? Dave's doing an apple. Ninja Rate is dropping in some of those custom emojis.
love that. Love that. Rice whiskey is really interesting. It is interesting. Second generation toasted corn bourbon sour mash working off right now. Well, hell yeah. Robert asks, how can I gift memberships? I'm not the right person to ask about that.
Robert, unless you're on an Apple phone, if you're on the phone app, you won't be able to. But if you're on an Apple and you go to the browser, the YouTube browser, there will be a little $sign down in the lower right-hand corner. You click it, and then it'll give you options like gifting a membership or getting a super chat, those kind of things that cost a little bit of money.
Oh, they're getting them taken care of there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the rice whiskey. I had a guy come in this week, and he got some yellow label. And he didn't know why he needed it. He had just read, like, this is what you should use. And I was trying to explain to him, the conversion and how it's different than most yeasts. And I was doing a good job for him. I think at the end of it, he was kind of understanding. I think we left the net of that whole discussion was just pitch it how you would yeast and maybe you don't care about anything else beyond that. No new still here, just a 20-year-old 8-gallon stainless steel, one from Brujas.
There's a bunch of those old Brujas stills out there floating around.
Are they still making stuff?
I think so. Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Joe said, I spent the days distilling water for cuts in my new pH tester.
Nice. Good job. Why are y'all not sipping anything? Jason Strong is asking. Slackers. Well,
Sorry.
we got
Old tried and true there.
some adult beverage here already. So we had talked about making a beer and a wine in today's still, but changed all that, the giveaway and everything. We're going to be running the Mile Hi still every Thursday for the month of May.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you have any questions about this still, I know a lot of you have already been looking at a Mile Hi still. So if you've got any questions, this is going to be the time to ask, especially about this particular still here. I've been running it quite a while, so I could probably handle any questions. And then the questions I can't handle, Boo's in here, he could certainly handle.
He seems like he's probably a pretty knowledgeable feller on these old machinery here.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a good column still, I think.
They're just so versatile. There's just so many different things you can do with them. That's what makes them so great, I think.
I think they've become a lot more popular here in the last just few years.
Mm-hmm. Duke says, look for the article on the Mile Hi still in the MASH. Yep, we got the MASH will be coming out next Wednesday, and we'll have a big write-up in there about the Mile Hi. We'll have some links and stuff, so you can go check them out. And if you're not subscribed to the MASH already, it's our monthly newsletter, new recipes, new articles, deal of the day, all kinds of stuff, Q&As in every issue. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just sign up and you start getting them once a month.
I wonder, have you ever infused anything in the column? Like, have you ever set anything in the vapor path or...
Yeah, I did do some fruit I put the sight glass at the top, and then it also comes with like a little a gasket that's also
a plate,
kind of like a plate, but it's a wire mesh. Yeah, and had some pineapple in there one time. Worked pretty good.
Nice.
Worked pretty good. Yeah,
we should do that. We should do that on one of these weeks this month.
Yeah, maybe do coffee. Put some coffee beans in there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's worth trying.
That'd be cool. I think we have some, we have some whole beans somewhere that Richard gave us.
Yeah.
Jason T asked if the giveaway had been announced yet.
Yes, the giveaway has been announced.
It's out there in the ether.
The email went out this morning, so we'll be talking about it all month. You're probably going to get tired of hearing us talk about it, but it's a big deal.
That's too damn bad. Uh-huh. Here he's got a Mile Hi. Runs an electric element.
Hell yeah.
Hell's wrong with that?
Does the Mile Hi run better if you're getting high while running the Mile Hi? I think that depends on your THC tolerance. It would not run better if it was me.
On the old
well, I forgot we got TikTok over here.
Is that Bert?
They don't like you talking too much over here on TikTok.
Was that Bert with the cowboy hat? Bert, I'm happy to be the one to break this to you. You're over on TikTok. You just got gifted a YouTube membership.
Yeah.
By the Iron Duke. The next time you log into YouTube, you're going to be able to look over there and see a fresh, new, shiny badge.
Nice.
Congrats, brother.
Boo says everything's better while high. I mean, there you go, right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I got caught off guard. I was like, hey, look at
coconut. Iron Duke says coconut in the column for a white rum. That actually sounds pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah, we should try that.
There we can clean up.
I wonder.
I know we have some. No, we already aged it.
I wonder if you get any kind of funk off of the coconut oil, right? You know, I'm just thinking of like the Pachuga situation.
I can see if you put raw coconut in there, that you would maybe have a little oil slick on top of some of your jars.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never done coconut before.
Tried signing up earlier, but was not successful, Rick says.
Jason said, sorry it was late. Didn't want to spoil it if it hadn't been. Well, you came in and you said, "Has the Mile High giveaway been announced?" So.
Right.
But no, didn't spoil anything.
Did a banana brandy, and the heads had all the flavor. That's pretty common for a brandy. You get a lot of the flavor right off on the front. You kind of lose some of it in the heads.
Jason, I don't know if that New Zealand package got over there yet. I need to look at the tracking on that. If we see Meme Diller in here in the chat, we'll ask him if he got it yet.
Duke says desiccated coconut.
Okay.
David Blair getting ready to start a 15.5 keg build similar to the one you just built. Can't decide between a 3 or 4 inch column. Which would be better, not considering cost. Mostly to be run as a pot, but tri-clamp. If you got the coin for the 4.
Yeah, so your 4 inch column, better not considering cost. The wider your column is, the faster you're going to be able to run your still. So on this Mile High, I also have the copper torpedo that goes with it, which is a 3 inch column. Right now we're running a 2 inch column. And if I were to do...
Is that the B man, by the way?
Do what?
Sorry, I completely interrupted you, but is that the B guy?
Rick?
No, David.
Oh, David Blair. It might be the... Yeah, that is the B guy.
The B man.
The honey guy.
If you're completely unrelated, David.
Yeah, so the 4 inch column... No, that's him, because I remember him telling me about the keg build. 4 inch column would definitely be better, especially if money isn't the problem. So I would definitely go with it.
You're not gonna be able to do anything with a 2 inch or 3 inch column that you can't do with a 4, if that's your question.
Yeah.
It's just gonna cut down your run times and stuff. So, I mean, that's the only real difference, right? It's just gonna cut the run time down.
Yeah, that's the main difference. And you do get a little more condensation.
Yeah.
Just because of surface area.
Bigger column, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes, B guy.
Yes, big guy. Jason and Mud Grips are both saying, check the jar. They're saying it with their custom emojis.
Give her a few more drips, and then I'll go grab her. I'm filling these up pretty good. We're getting short on jars around here. I don't really know even. It's like socks.
It's like somebody's going home with some moonshine.
Yeah, dude. What's that about? We just start Mexican standoffing each other.
Hey, we could ask them.
Yeah, you guys know why it's called a Mexican standoff?
Yeah, that's a good question to ask the chat. Somebody in the chat knows the etymology of the phrase. It's a Mexican standoff.
Where did that come from?
What's the lore?
Yeah. I always like kind of finding out how sayings like that come about, because normally there's kind of an interesting story behind it.
Yep.
And the story behind that could just be like, small town Texas, man. I don't know.
What's really cool about it is we live through it and don't notice that we live through.
Yeah.
Like younger generations not realizing what our sayings are.
Yes.
But they still use them.
Yes.
They understand the context, but not why the context is what it is.
That is interesting.
Boo's in there giving advice for the banana run. Thank you, sir.
Some boot tips in the chat. I love that. But probably, here's the thing. You're working that stuff every day. You probably pick some things up. I mean, just in general conversation with people you work with, or just, standing around looking at stills all day too. That's probably going to help you out.
Yep.
Probably a good guy to take some advice from, especially on the, they do a lot of flavoring stuff over there, I've seen. Like he does on TikToks and stuff, they do a lot of drink making and stuff like that. So
cocktails, they do some cocktails and stuff. Poison says it would have to be the Alamo. Talking about the Mexican standoff.
That's our best guess so far. I think Cyrus said it earlier.
It was me, but that's fine. Jason Acosta said, add some dehydrated banana to your jar. Get your flavor without dropping your proof much. Yeah, the dehydrated fruit has seemed to be a popular one among you guys. What are y'all giggling at?
You haven't got to Joe yet.
Joe Parks, Mexican standoff is when Zach fights a Mexican chimp. Come on, dude. Bring them on, dude. If they're anything like the domesticated ones we got in the U.S., or any of the ones that are domesticated in on YouTube land. I don't know if you guys saw it this week, but there has been widespread debate on one. Now, this is different than what I've said in the past. I have conceded the fact that a full-grown gorilla, like a jungle gorilla, wild, not even close, right? Like he's
not a good match for.
It would be like me fighting like a 3-year-old,
right?
Like that, and I would be a 3-year-old, obviously, with the gorilla. But 100 people versus one gorilla. That's the debate everyone's choosing to have online right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a debate.
Not even, dude, are you kidding me? 100 guys?
100's a big number of guys.
The guys are going to take losses, but,
I'd take 20 of any of us.
Right.
Yeah, Dave says...
grab a limb, hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
Mexican standoff, a standoff where neither party has an advantage.
That is true.
We understand the context. We're just wondering what the etymology of where that came about.
Who decided? Where did that folklore come from?
There's the first time someone ever said, "Oh, that's a Mexican standoff," and it meant something other than nobody has an advantage.
Right.
Taylor 0311 just finished up my first build, running vinegar. Now, my brother, I'm going to take it by your handle that you got a little military service in your background, and brother, I appreciate that, man. Also, congratulations on the still, man. That's awesome. Get your vinegar run out of the way and do a little sack run and start shining, brother. I love that.
Shady Homesteader says, "Can you teach me how to make moonshine?" Now listen, Shady, you did this last week.
Dude,
We've already made the agreement. You teach us how to make T-shirts, and we'll teach you how to make some real shine, brother. That's all it is.
We'll trade some knowledge. I think we might have a better luck teaching him how to make T-shirts and him teaching us how to make shine.
I mean, maybe.
Zach just need to wear Skechers and hit the chimp with the Skechers style. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, especially with like the 1 versus 100 thing, it's like you got 7 or 8 like per limb, right? Okay, that's 32 guys just holding this thing down. Maybe 3 or 4 on the lower abdomen,
right.
And then you got 2 or 3 guys just like you see them hitting the railroad spikes. There's 2 guys just ding, ding, ding.
They're
ding.
just taking turns. They're getting in time.
Dude just kicking his throat. Like that's all. I mean, it's not. I don't understand how that's even got to be such a big argument. Now I could see like 1 versus 10. A little closer, right? Like I'm maybe even edging it up to the gorilla at hundreds. That's an outlandish argument.
Duke says the phrase Mexican standoff originated in a story set in Mexico in which a Mexican bandit robs a traveler from the USA but lets him escape with his life.
I don't believe you.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
just kidding.
That could be it. Yeah,
I could be.
I've also.
Did you ask chat?
I think so because that's the first hit that I get when I ask AI. But it's quoting world history, so worldhistories.net. Basically, that's the earliest documented use of the phrase. In 1876, a Mexican standoff was the title of the story, but it was a story that Duke just mentioned.
Yeah.
Basically, Mexican bandit robs a traveler but allows him to escape.
Huh. Oh, that's the same way. Okay, that would fit too because that's the same way in Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
That was their deal, right? We're going to come down, get the girl, come back up, and let you leave. So I guess it is. It's more so we're both going to get to walk away. Or one of us leave, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a trade-off.
Interesting to think about.
Like a negotiation.
Yeah.
Any ideas on sealing the 10 or 15-gallon blue barrels? Mine don't seal, no rubber gasket in the lid.
Well, seal it.
You definitely need to get the gasket in the lid. I think if I got a blue barrel and didn't have a gasket in the lid and I really wanted it to seal, the way I would go about doing it is just getting some food grade silicone. I would run the bead around the lid itself so that it would stick to the lid, and then I would put plastic cellophane over the barrel. I would screw that lid down until it just started to squeeze the silicone, let it dry, unscrew it, take out the cellophane.
Yeah, Brian, I would have to go with Fury. Inglourious Bastards versus Fury. I bought Fury. It lives on my laptop. I if I buy something, like especially like any form of media, it's because I really like it.
I get that.
And I bought Fury.
I would have to say Fury as well. I mean,
Great
Glorious
flavor.
Bastards is good, but Fury is, I think, it has better staying power.
Yeah. Yeah, like I could watch Fury, several times over a short duration, and in Glorious Bastards, I'm kind of one and done for a few months, I think.
I would watch
Watched it multiple times.
Inglourious Bastards just for Christoph Waltz's performance, though.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
He's incredible.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
I just bought a small rubber hose and shoved it in my blue lid. I mean, that would work too, right there. That doesn't sound bad at all. It's a metal band clamp. Same thing. Metal band clamp. I would do the same thing.
You're not wrong about that jar, Jason.
I know you're low on jars, but that jar is low on space.
Jason Acosta. It's a bingo.
It's a bingo.
I saw a deal about the song Bingo, and it said, my son asked me the other day if Bingo was the name of the farmer or the dog, and now I'm questioning everything about life, because if you go over the lyrics, it's not clear.
Really?
I mean, I always thought it was a dog.
I thought it was like an
Bingo, what
animal.
was his name?
There was a farmer with a dog, and Bingo was his name. Was Bingo the farmer or the dog?
Bingo. Whoa.
Interesting.
It's not clear.
It's not clear.
I would say bingo is maybe more fit for a dog.
Good argument.
That's
Good
just
argument.
Yeah.
But it's unclear.
B-I-N-G-O.
Wow.
Never really thought
Speaking
about
of
that.
bingo.
Kind of messing me up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I'll take that deal. You
Jar
take that
number
deal,
8.
language.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? All right. We'll do a little jar shake
What was the last jar?
for the folks that like the bubbles. Last jar is 159.
Nobody's getting this. But guess all you want in the chat. Nobody's getting this. JD, that's what we do. We just throw a lid on top of it and keep the dust and shit out of it. I do understand it though, because I distinctly remember the first mash I ever made. I was super concerned about keeping it like airtight.
Yeah. Well, you started out making wine. Very important.
Well, and this was before all the wine was the couple whiskey mashes I made with that buddy, like 17, and I was just like, I remember being super concerned about having it sealed and not opening it to air until I was
ready.
I think I read the wrong thing or something online.
All right, what do we got? We got 149.3, 151, 165, 162, 159, 160, 163, 165, 159.
All wrong.
777. Mud Grips got it. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Lopez, good to see you again.
What's up, buddy?
Well, I just scoop the bugs out and pump it into the still. But the bugs have never bothered me either.
Yeah.
Most of the mash I've run in my life has all been run outside in an unsealed fermenter. So there's always bugs. There's always a little extra protein there.
Nothing wrong with that. Duke says protein.
Protein adds flavor. Yeah. All right, looks like everybody's done guessing. This jar came out at 166. I did see a 165 up there somewhere.
How's that happen?
We have two
Why does that
165s.
just slowed down?
The first 165 was Flatland Hillbilly.
Flatland. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pachuga Nats. Oof. It sounds gross. It sounds like a good band name.
Chuga Nats.
Mr. Lopez says, I love these bands.
Blues
Except
band.
I can't always make it to them, but grateful when I do. Brother, we're grateful when you show up, man.
We love it when you make it, brother.
Chuga Nats. Did I win the still?
A gentleman will complain about the fly in his drink. An alcoholic will make him spit it out.
We should have a Mud Grips and Moonshine, like Confucius style saying.
Yeah,
every week. Yeah. I'd like to get to the point where we're building out segments for the show, so it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of there's a little bit of a flow where we get to certain things each week, and
we have a Rick's precious metal report.
Yeah, commodities report.
Yeah,
but it's only commodities that like shiners care about. What are copper prices? Yeah. Have there been any major lottery jackpot winners?
Yeah. What did the corn crop do this year?
Yeah, corn. Where are spam prices?
Right.
You know, that kind of a thing. Yeah, Jason, I think of a wood duck or a teal, something a little bit smaller. Probably like a teal or something. That way we could do the whole thing. Not have it like down in the pot, like in the liquid anyway.
Hey, brother, I think you're behind on the live. You need to scoot the play bar forward.
It's the 62.
He was close though.
Oh man.
Man with itchy honey has stinky finger.
I love that one.
Smash that like button.
I like that accent she threw on there too. That was nice.
That was pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good. I bought some mesh netting to go on top of my mash cans to help keep out the bugs.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've seen guys using cheesecloths and rubber, like big rubber bands, and
that makes sense.
Yeah. He's guessing next jar.
Oh, is that what that was? I don't
Maybe.
think so. Everybody knows the rules. Can't throw out your guesses till we pull the jar.
Gotta hit the table.
So, what else is exciting?
Any big news this week? Adam, we got any current events? Other than the guerrilla talk?
No. Is Trump putting tariffs on the states yet?
People are talking about the import duties now hitting them, like in the cart, you know.
The last egg just now kind of showing up.
That's starting.
Went through all our supply chain on certain things.
Yeah, right. I did see that this week. So like a Temu order of $30 worth of junk, which is like 500 items.
Yeah.
And it have import duties worth more than the cost of goods.
Well, since all this started, we've placed 2 orders on some things that we get from China, and there was no cost difference whatsoever.
Haven't noticed anything yet.
Yeah.
Now we have another order coming through that I don't have a price on yet, but we got our stickers from there. No price difference from when I ordered them like 2 years ago.
Are we in social studies class?
You never know.
Damn.
You never know around here.
We're a mixed bag.
Joe, I don't know. I'd have to go over there and look. Jack versus Chimp versus Bobcat in a triple threat. I'd do a cage match of.
You could probably get better odds and do better in a triple threat cage match because the animals are not going to work together.
They're not going to coordinate.
They're not going to do anything.
It's going to be a mess in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might start fighting each other.
Yeah, and I would be like, if I observed that, I'd just be like, okay,
just let them do it.
Let's see, and then like whoever's left is.
I think your odds might be better with fighting 2 different animals.
The bobcat's a non-factor, right? Like you're always beating the bobcat. I think it's just.
Hang on, where do you get this confidence?
because it's.
He just says that because
Did they
they're
say
small.
bobcat? Okay, I was picturing a mountain lion.
Oh no,
Not even-
completely different story.
not even close.
Mountain lions can carry whole deer up. Pine
Yeah,
trees,
up a tree.
which
yeah.
is just terrifying.
I
to
just
think about.
didn't even read the message. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobcat's a totally different deal. I actually like that fight. I'll take you on that.
Yeah, I think I'd put the line at like probably 3 bobcats. One more than I have hands is going to be a problem.
Mud Grips jumping in there, correcting me. We are not calling them stickers anymore. They're high performance decals.
Yeah.
So
We want to get those on the website.
You got those high performance decals over there
I
still?
sure do.
Not everyone has seen them, so
Here.
we'll throw them up.
Go ahead.
Bad bitches. Huh?
Still in the clear, high performance decals, not stickers. Do not confuse these with stickers.
Not
These are
stickers.
not stickers.
Not stickers.
Jason, I'm confident about things that I'm sure about, and here's what I'm sure about. No little 25-pounded, hairy little fluffy animal, sharp as teeth as it may have, is going to ever best me.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that level of confidence.
6'1", 250. Okay? If something that weighs 10 times less than me can beat me up, I deserve to go out.
Iron Duke says snake.
Depends on the snake. There's some that like. I think you're talking about environment, because if it was just, whatever. I feel confident about most snakes. I've killed a lot of snakes out in the woods in the day, and I feel like I've done it enough, safely enough to be able to know, like, oh, you pick up a stick or a nearby rock. Don't get close.
Right. They do have a limitation.
No tools, and like no kind of snake boot or anything like that. Maybe different. If it's a snake that can bite me and kill me, yeah, that's 23rd graders. I'll tell you right now, Rousey, I'm jacking up 23rd graders. Like it wouldn't, yeah.
Dave says he needs a decal for sure. Dave,
Honey badgers are different.
just call up the shop. Give me your address. I'll send you some. Also, we put them in every order now. So if you order something, you get a high performance, still in the clear decal.
Flatland said he put 20 on the cat. You'd be down on an Andrew Jackson, my friend. I'll tell you that much. The problem with this is what sucks about this whole argument. I don't think there is really a legal way to find out.
Just talk.
Yeah, you're just yapping, Like, and that sucks because it really does bum me out that there's no way to like. I want to do a bobcat in the truck, like in the cab of the truck, and whatever happens. But there's just no good way to do that without getting into trouble.
I really don't understand why the legal system doesn't want to let you just kill an animal.
You could go to another country, but man, that just seems like a long way to like a lot of energy to put into. I don't know. And then you're not going to be able to share it on video here.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Hey, you want to watch me murder an animal with my bare hands?
Oh yeah, you're about to get derailed over there with that word.
Anything about that?
Yeah, TikTok is done with you on that one.
Oh.
Rousey, I ordered my first all grain kit today. Yes, I saw that come through. Can't wait for you to try it. Let us know how it goes.
That's true. Flatland brings up an important point.
Okay.
Said, "What's you're a moonshiner? What's legal got to do with it?"
I mean, that is a good point.
You're not wrong.
I mean, if you're worried about the legality, are you really a moonshiner?
It's not the legality of it all. It's just like there's no. I can't put it on anything. You're gonna get taken down instantly.
All you have is the word of the people that were there.
That is true, and I feel like enough. Like if you saw it and came back and reported what happened, I feel like most people would be like,
"Yeah, I saw it. I was there.
Synced it.
I was there the night Zach became a legend."
That said, he
Clinton in the house. Good to see you, brother.
What's up?
Oh, is Boo leaving? Is that the? Well, glad to have you in here, brother. If you're leaving, or you just saying bye to other folks. In the land of bootlegging and moonshiners, who worries about what's legal? Good question.
So that's the conundrum.
Yeah,
I think there's different levels of illegal too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that may be a rung up.
I mean, that's probably the kind of illegal you can buy your way out of.
Yeah, pretty much a victimless crime.
Well, I'm not sure I'd say that, but
by victim I mean person with rights.
Oh, now Pete is coming after you. That little statement. They don't have rights.
Hello.
GTD with the 10 gifted. That's 2 entry.
2 entry.
Dude, I love that.
For a chance to win 8-gallon dual-purpose pro.
Crypt Keeper. SW, David, Shane.
Lost.
Oh, there it is.
Rama. Joe Cummins I've seen before.
Hell yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the gifted memberships.
TD. Always count on a Buckeye. Can't wait to try the Sweet Feed kit. Yeah, the super simple. It's awesome. Had a guy call today. He was calling on the beginner bourbon, and he was like, "This thing."
It's so good.
He's like, "This was my first run, and I had no idea that you could do this."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, sick, dude! I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome." David, when you get to the hospital, what's going to be your story? Fell down the stairs. Always.
Yeah.
Don't even have stairs in my house.
I happened to be sharpening my kitchen knives upstairs. Was carrying them back down in the kitchen. Fell.
I feel like if I was ever in that situation, though, where I showed up to hospital with an unexplained injury, because that's how they'll notate it to the police. Police will show up, they'll answer a call from the hospital, someone showed up with an unexplained injury, and then that's going to be it, especially if that's the situation, right? I'm just going to be like, no thanks.
No.
Oh, what are you going to do? Not treat me because I won't tell you how this happened?
Right.
I don't have to.
Right.
Don't gotta.
I just spanked the monkey.
Well, that's enough animal fighting talk for one night.
Yeah, I think so. We get it. We kind of touch the subject every week.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Come back
Later.
to it.
Gotta
We'll
save
circle
some.
around. Circle around.
We did bottle our beer last week. It's kind of hiding up on the top shelf so that we kind of forget about it. Although I walk by it every day going, another 10 days.
I look forward to it.
So we'll see how that goes. The still is running very well. It looks like the drip is kind of slowing down a little bit from where we had it earlier, but
Jar number 9 coming off probably in the 160s. So it's been really cool. It's been running super, super, super smooth. It dropped a couple on 7 and then went back up a couple on 8. So I don't know. That's a heat thing, not a still thing.
yeah. Your mouth is watering over that beer. Yeah,
Brother, yours would be too if you ever had any of it. It's good.
It's good beer. I mean, it's good if you're an American. Duke would not like it at all, but
I feel like Duke would like that beer. I'll say this: if Duke didn't like that beer, I'm like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste anything like the piss water that you've referred to.
It's not a.
That's true.
It really doesn't.
It's not really a light beer. I wouldn't put it in a light beer category.
You wouldn't? I
It's
would
like
still
in
call it light.
betweener. You know, it's got
kind of
so
in
much
between.
It's
body.
like right on the fringe. It's on the upper limits of.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a specific metric for that, and I don't know what.
I don't either.
RB says, sorry, but I saw a bobcat whoop a big black and tan, and I don't want no part of one.
Black and tan.
Is that a bear?
Is that a bear?
What the black and tan?
I'm seeing.
We're lost, KRB. We're not from part of the country that has black and tans, whatevers.
Copper Moon, what's up, brother?
Copper Moon is in the house.
You're watching you.
There he is. He was live earlier building a beautiful steel.
I wonder if it's like a Rottweiler or something. Somebody said a hound, but that's interesting.
Oh, a black and tan. Yeah, it's a hound dog.
Okay, it's a hound dog.
I was thinking wild animal.
I was thinking bear made sense to me.
Hound dog.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like they're on the large side of the hound dogs.
Pretty big.
Yeah, I don't imagine. I imagine that they're pretty wiry, right? But like, I don't know. I can't keep doing this. I'm just saying. I'm very confident about I'm more confident about a bobcat than I am most what you would consider kind of dangerous predatory animals.
Richard's disappointed in us. Coonhound. Yeah, I realize I did miss the mark on that one, but honestly, I was thinking wild animal, and that's why it didn't cross my mind.
Copper Moon's got a 150-pound American Akita.
I'm convinced
That's a big old
that
dog.
Duke would say the beer was bad if you took the same exact setup and recipe and you made it over there and you made it here. He would say that the American beer is bad, and he would fail at a blind taste test also.
Maybe.
What's up, DRC?
I'm not sure the Duke's going to fail any blind taste tests. I mean, I'll throw that out there, but
I feel like because the Duke is such like a refined English gentleman, like his palate is also refined.
Yeah. It's like, I can tell that this is American water. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know though. Duke, do you perchance smoke a pipe tobacco? I can mess with the palate.
Oh.
how do you gift memberships? There's Rousey down on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
Winsong just did it.
There's 5 more memberships. There should be a $sign. If you tap that $sign, it's going to give you some options.
Hello, TikTok.
Duke says he's tasted some great craft beers in the U.S.
Nice. Okay. I didn't expect to hear that from you.
Winsong, I qualify. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to convince you or me, but
we're gonna get Winsong's notes from all the gifted membership, and it's gonna be her like 7 times.
Create a fake account.
DRC just got done finishing some more copper parts.
Oh hell yeah!
Love that, brother.
Man, we got steel builders in here tonight.
A lot of steel builders in the
Mile Hi, Copper Moon, DRC.
If you're joining on TikTok, you can't see the communal chat over on Cyrus's YouTube. If you go to Still in the Clear on YouTube, not that I'm trying to convince you to leave TikTok and go to YouTube, but I kind of am. You can go to the Still in the Clear YouTube page, and it's kind of a lot better viewing experience. This is just kind of is what it is right now until we get the Restream OBS thing kind of figured out. It used to be cool. Now it's just back to kind of normal old TikTok live. Lot better to view on YouTube. Smoke the saying that out loud.
Yeah.
I start reading shit before I read it all the way through. Gets me in trouble sometimes.
Only over there.
I remember Trump one time. Someone was like hammering him about some tweets, like some pretty offensive tweets and stuff, and some people that he had retweeted that were like crazy people, like really out there, like have said crazy stuff online. And he's like, I remember him saying, sometimes I don't always do the best about the read. You got to read it fully, okay? You read it fully, but I'll tell you where you get in trouble. It's the retweets. You see that, you go, oh, that looks nice. You don't know anything about him. You hit the and then boom, find out axe murderer. Okay, but I remember and he's saying that in like a news interview, and I remember thinking, you just retweet shit.
Yeah.
No background on these people. You just see one thing that they said, you like it, you send it back. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you convinced Copper Moonsteel to come over.
Nice.
Welcome to the land of YouTube.
Isn't it much better over here though? Like, look at that. We got a jar. Oh, god damn! It's the weather thing again. I did it again. There's a jar cam. That's the Adam down there produces the show, and then the communal chat is right here. Cyrus, the whiskey still
running the Mile Hi 8-gallon Dual Purpose Pro Mile Hi Steel, the one we are giving away this month. Somebody's going to win this steel. Somebody's going to win this steel. So
firm handshakes all around. Get your camera, Mom.
Yeah.
DRC, dude, how many still builders in here? This is kind of crazy. We should have a little still builder talk in here. We got Copper Moon
conference.
I don't know if Mile Hi. I think Mile Hi is still in here. DRC. Who else? There's one more.
Copper Steelco might jump in here.
Oh yeah, Adam was wanting to try to get on. That dude, man, that guy worked some hours. Really, it's all the still builders. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about it right now, but every time, I mean, they just work crazy hours. Like, I think they're just slammed out busy. And
I know DRC does. I know Adam does. I'm not sure about Copper Moon. Are you doing some crazy hours, Copper Moon, making steels? I know over there at Mile Hi, they're pretty set in their schedule. Like 4:30 Friday, you can't get them on the phone.
out of there.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, that's the difference between a lot of these guys that are like 1- and 2-man operations versus, you know, they've got like a crew in there kind of.
Right.
It's tough, man, when you're 1 or 2 guys deep. And
I work 8 days a week, 28 hours a day.
Yeah. Dustin's a good one, man. DRC Stainless works pretty awesome. We're getting one. Probably be here early next week. Got the tracking on it today, so
Hell yeah.
excited about that one. Copper Moon says, yeah, I'm a 1-man operation, so I work 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. most days. Yeah, it's 14-hour days.
Crazy hours.
Take a toll on you.
Yeah. Richard says he talks to Wayne. He's always working.
They're always going, dude, and they're different time zones too. Like sometimes I forget, like DRC's an hour ahead of us in on East Coast time in Florida.
No, you're not. Or not when it's right there. No, I saw it fly off. Yeah, DRC's in Florida. He's an hour ahead of us. You get on at 9 o'clock in the evening. He's working.
10 there, and he's still going. Crazy. Now, I will say a lot of time he's getting to run some stuff, and that job kind of seems like his hobby too, like to where he's just kind of like enjoys. Maybe he's one of those guys you got to kind of peel out of the shop.
Shady Homesteader's printing shirts right now. He's working.
That guy is another one that's always, dude, he's always right there at that carousel. Just get on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, buddy, how are you? Then I get one of these. Hey, man. Right back to it.
Well, time for an intermission, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
If you were not in the live at the beginning and you missed the intro video, you're about to see it again. It's all about this still, what we're running tonight. Little commercial. Yeah. So we're gonna go take a leak. You go do the same. Grab a beer, whatever. We'll be right back.
See you in a minute, dudes.
Okay. Tonight we are running a spirit run, corn liquor spirit run. We've got almost 3 gallons of a stripping run that we're going to clean up, double distill, and we are going to first pour it all into this bucket. We're going to get a hydrometer reading. We're going to add water. We're going to proof it down to below 80.
Yep.
And so recently over on Facebook, a guy had a kind of a tragic mishap. He did not proof it down enough.
Had some sort of little leak in his system somewhere, and kind of blew himself up a little bit. So yeah, something definitely to keep an eye on and be cautious about, and just make sure you're proofing down enough.
Yeah, and when people ask how dangerous is this, I tell people it's not dangerous. The kind of dangerous things that can happen are almost always happening through negligence.
They're always preventable, yeah.
So just be careful and do things the way you're supposed to do them, and proof down, but make sure anything goes in your stills below 80 proof. That's below the flash point.
If they wanted copper, to just have copper.
Yeah, we were kind of talking with Mile Hi about that this morning. Hadn't worked out the detail fully, but pretty sure that if you're the winner of this still and you want a copper column, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want to do? Start proofing this stuff down?
Yeah. Let's get all this in here. We'll take a measurement. Oh, that's lekker.
Smells great.
Smells good. Ooh, yeah. And while he's doing that, I think I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Mile Hi Still, since this is the showcase of the month. This is a stainless steel milk can style still. These things are very durable. One of the things about them that are so nice also is just the stainless is so easy to maintain. That's the main reason why people like stainless. Just very easy to maintain. The last time we used this, we just rinsed it out with a bunch of hot water right after the run, and now we're using it. That's it. That's how easy it is. What are you looking for?
I'm just going to put
let's get a reading on it first, find out exactly where we're at. Good and sanitized there for you.
Oh, yeah. If it wasn't already, it was about to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, the modular design of the stills, we can add a sight glass. We don't have to have sight glass. This is a component you need. This is for the Liebig condenser. You can use different height columns, different thickness columns, deflag, no deflag, all kinds of ways to run this still. All right, where are we at, brother?
Smack dab on 100.
100. So not a long way to go to get to below 80 proof. So let's add a gallon and see where that gets us. And maybe we just add all the water and we're well below 80, but then we have more volume. I don't know. What do you want to do? We're not running a heating element, so it doesn't matter how much volume we have.
Right at 40. A little hair above 40.
ABV?
Or yeah, proof? 40 proof. No, ABV, sorry.
Okay, so
right at 80 proof.
We'll add a little more water. Make sure you're below 80 proof.
Yeah, well, I say just throw it in there.
Throw it all in there, all right. So that's going to be well below 80 proof. We're going to put that in the still and fire her up. So we're going to get this ready, start running it tonight. If you want to find out more about the giveaway for this still, just stay tuned. We'll see you in the live.
And we are back. I hope you were able to maybe visit the little Shiner's room, top off that beer. We're back with you. While we were gone, noticed a few different gifted memberships from Richard and Robert. Guys,
Thank you.
Man, I can't tell you how happy I am with that graphic.
Appreciate it.
It's pretty neat.
ChatGPT taught me how to do
Yeah. Also, dude, a guy, his YouTube handle is Handy with Duct Tape.
Oh, that's a great.
What a bitchin' name.
Yeah, I hope he makes videos.
Yes, if he's making videos, I want to see what that's about. What if it is just a full page of just like, yep, this is just me wrapping duct tape around shit.
Duct tape wallets and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a duct tape artisan.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's some cat on him on YouTube and it out of cardboard. Real goofy, like just really goofy. Like makes toy guns.
I think I've seen some of that. Yeah.
The pew pews.
Yeah. Cool. I used to TikTok.
At a certain point, man, it just doesn't really matter. Sorry, it took a while because I forgot my password. Brother, have I been there? Nothing pisses me off like a password reset that I've got to jump through what seems like maybe too many hoops. Iron Duke's on the blackball list. What do you do?
Oh, can't get him gifted a membership. Everybody keeps trying to.
He was gifting memberships earlier. He can very clearly like. It's. I mean, I don't know.
It's matter of principle. He doesn't need to buy a membership.
Why is he gifting memberships to other people though? Oh God.
I didn't even get. Paul McKinley joined late and matched.
I put your mic back on. Thank you, Joe.
Kudos for the safety reminder. Yeah. Recent story over there on Facebook. I had a mishap.
Yeah, not good. When those things happen, they're not supposed to, but they do seem to happen. Like guys that have owned firearms for years, and you hear about an unfortunate like cleaning accident or something.
You just get lax.
Get a little lackadaisical.
Kim, we are doing a spirit run on some corn liquor on the 8-gallon Mile Hi still.
Yeah,
we are 8 jars in. Jar cam's not up. What happened?
Oh.
I bet the phone died.
It died. Some bush lattes, absolutely, Copper Moon. That's the normal go-to here. We make some in-house brews, but as you could imagine, we don't ever have enough. It's a real problem.
Come on now.
You did get your mic turned on, right?
Yes.
Joe, what are you talking about? I must have missed that. Big H, yeah. It's a pretty little rig for sure.
Is your mic still off?
Also, it runs like you can run so fast with this thing. If you're not pushing any deflag, like if you're just doing a strip and run in this, you can push through this thing. The 2-inch and the 4-inch columns that we have by Mile Hi, we run them both quite a bit, and they're killer. Colorado Kool-Aid. Drinking a Yellow Belly, or are you drinking a light version? All right, got the
Well, we're gonna have to let that charge up a little bit before it'll come on.
So a guy jumped out of like one of the upper decks into the stands, or did he fall out, or like I missed that altogether.
I have no idea what's going on.
He said, "Adam, look it up." Can we play it on here if you do find it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We don't get any monetization on these anyway, so
Let me see
won't
if
count
this is
as a
it.
ding. Who's watching the jar?
Also, don't show like a
Good call.
something if it's too much. Maybe
They blur impact, so I feel pretty good about it.
they blur impact.
They blur impact. I just hate this video player. What is going on?
Ugh.
Let me find a different one.
Jar number 9.
A healthy little run here.
Yeah, we'll just...
About a gallon and a quarter in.
Here we go. Web search for you.
All right, what do we got here?
We got a vertical video. I'll just restart it because you get a little slow-mo as well.
Baseball fan fighting for his life this morning after he fell more than 10 feet from the right field bleachers during a ball game last night in
That's
Pittsburgh.
rough.
This happened in the middle of the play as the
That smarted.
Yeah, that's smarted, all right.
Trying to alert authorities.
So I read that they were critical. In critical condition.
Oh man.
There's no telling.
Got the YouTube screen they're looking at there.
There it is.
Background analytics for y'all.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's brutal. That sucks for that guy. I did an Applewood smoked barbecue dent corn, about 10 pounds, and the other 50 pounds of just dent corn and 50 pounds of sugar. Damn, smells great. I bet it
that
does.
smell good.
Duke, I've always thought that was the funniest thing. He said, "Is baseball the game with a World Series that only American teams play in?" Dude, you're absolutely right.
Leave it to an American to come up with that idea, huh?
There's teams in Canada. Okay, they used to be the Montreal Expos, and then they.
I'm surprised they don't have a Japanese team in the MLB yet.
I think just the logistics of the travel schedule for that team would put them at a massive disadvantage, right? Yeah. Like baseball, they just play so many games a year.
Yeah, like 10 trillion games a year. Yeah.
And then like flying guys over there so they can have any amount of home games. I did see that Roger Goodell, the National Football League commissioner, is wanting to put 16 foreign country games on the schedule every year. So new little something for the players union to fight them about. They're going to hate that.
Yeah, I know the NFL has been playing in England a lot.
They play like 2 or 3 games a year over there.
Yep.
They're trying to do 16. They're trying to bump that up, which I'm sure the owners are just going to hate that.
Yeah, it's a huge game in Japan, Duke.
Yeah, the Japanese love baseball.
They're big on baseball.
Ichiro, ever heard of him? Yeah. That guy was solid.
Daisuke Matsuzaka?
They just put him in the Hall of Fame, Ichiro.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super talented over there. Well, and you've got the biggest player in baseball right now, Asian guy.
He for the Dodgers, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
What's going on? Why can't I think of that guy's name?
It doesn't matter. You're not an encyclopedia.
At a certain point, it doesn't matter.
Right, yeah.
Thank you. I feel better about it. Almost instantly. Got in trouble for gambling? Come on, someone in the chat give it to me. Now it's just bothering me that I can't.
Lots of talk about Star Sand.
Come on. Someone give it to me. Someone give it to me in the chat. Bonus points for the first person in the chat to nail this. Dodgers. I can see his face. This is terrible.
TBW.
Otani. Shohei Otani. Thank you. Who said that? NFT. Ray? My man. Jesus Christ.
Iron Duke, memorable.
Yeah. Such an outstanding player, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think he signed for like $500 million or something.
It's a crazy amount of money. And then it's funny because he was like legitimately gambling on baseball and he blamed his manager and his manager just took the fall for the whole thing. He's like, yeah, it was me. I was signing in as him on different accounts. And
do I get to keep collecting 10%?
He was banned by professional baseball. He's banned by the MLB. And so Shohei just, I guess, gave him some money and just like paid a new guy. Really funny. I could just, I mean, it was just wild to me. I was like, is he going to get away with this? And then sure enough, right. He did.
Yeah, Trickster, One Step is a sanitizer. It's just powder form. You just got to mix it with the water. That a liquid form like a Star Sand.
Speaking of gambling on baseball, they got to get Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Jack Longberry says the breakfast cereal bourbon I made over the winter is a smash hit in South Carolina. Thanks, guys, for the recipe. You're welcome.
While on the topic of professional baseball, Jack Longberry sounds like a pitcher for the Phillies in about the 1980s.
Yeah.
Daniel Strawberry, that was another good one.
Can you do a 1950s baseball announcer like, what's his name, the comedian?
What are you talking about? Me doing?
Yeah.
He's dancing like a cat on a hot tin roof. Here comes old Curly. Surely young Jackie Robinson won't be able to hit his. Oh my God. Remember when you remember when white people stopped being cool? I do. I know exactly when.
The day Jackie Robinson took his first at bat in MLB.
Yeah. He's a 50-year-old alcoholic from Cleveland. No way young Jackie Robinson will be able to hit his pitch. Daniel Strawberry, what'd I say, Daniel? What an idiot. I was born in 1993, so I get a little levity on that.
The Duke, obviously not impressed with our conversation at the moment.
Joe Buck pisses me off. I should see that getting into topics, Duke. Just like that's no. Duke, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about something a real British subject.
I'm sure Duke would love to field questions about heated whiskey, or that would be right up his alley. Anybody have any questions about single malt liquor
Or beans for breakfast?
or
I just think of British stuff.
or biscuits that are really sweet, like cookies?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
That what you want? Let's talk about the Beatles for 20 minutes. Duke, would that make you feel better? I would say too. I wonder how the Beatles are viewed from like their end.
I take him.
Like, are they as big over there as they were here? Because they were like a sensation here. It was crazy.
Yeah, the British invasion.
Beatlemania or whatever, and British invasion.
That's a good question. I
do
wonder.
They view them in the same canter, the same light that most Americans would? I don't know.
I take Duke to be a Floyd guy.
Were young females fainting at the sight of the Beatles?
I don't think so. Not English females, only American ones.
Dude gets in here. A bunch of young hooligans never would have cut it over here. That's why they were so popular over there.
Yeah, the Stones. That's a good call. Yeah.
Or the divide in the royal family. That does seem to be an interesting topic of discussion these days. People exiling themselves from the royal family, just going and living normal lives, and which is crazy. Oh yeah, we just want we want to live our own lives, and they're doing like TV interviews and like, no, dude, I want to be a celebrity and live in California.
I saw a bit about it. Talking about the gal who was like, she didn't know they were racist. And the guy was like, you didn't know the royal family? The original colonizers?
Not buying that. So 6 hive beetles. My dad talks about those hive beetles. He says they're an absolute nuisance. He sets traps in between his frames. Hive beetle traps. He hates them. Dustin Stugart. Dustin, you may be behind in the live, brother. That was like 20 minutes ago, my man.
You gotta skip. You gotta move your
fell from the
play bar forward.
Wow, that's a crazy fall.
Oh, wow, dude, that's nuts, dude. Third deck. Oh, all right.
He landed on his head. He's not going to hear us saying these things for like 20 minutes.
Right.
He landed on his head. He's still watching it. He's still in there. And if he's just now seeing that, he's not going to see this for another 18 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Someone shoot him a private message or give him a phone call or something. Oh, man. We talking music or gardening? Which, talk whatever you want, Paul.
I'm knowledgeable on both subjects equally, meaning not by a lot.
Journey, best band ever.
They were not bad.
They were a good band. I'm not going to go out. I mean, best band ever, right? That's like a wild.
I mean, Aerosmith, they toured for quite a minute. Are they still touring?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I mean, I guess Journey toured for a while too, but if you're still, a long time. If you're still selling tickets 80 years later, Pretty good.
The Eagles in that same swath, you know, they had when Glenn Fry died, they started touring with Vince freaking Gill.
Oh yeah.
Like that, they put on a crazy show. I've seen them 3 times now.
That's cool.
Big Eagles fan, Loki.
Trickster says we're talking Shine. LOL. The Moonshine live stream.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. We're not always on.
We're not pigeonholed into only Shine talk. We do obviously a fair amount of Shine talking, but I mean, geez,
We do try and catch questions.
we talk a little commodities. We talk a little animal fighting. We talk a little bit of everything. Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, you guys start throwing your number one band of all time in the chat. I want to read some of these off. Some of them I'll be like, all right, yeah, I get that. Definitely in the conversation, but I have a feeling that some of you are going to throw out some like, ooh.
Dustin, yes, the mashes for the 24-hour run are ready. He did 3 of them, 150 gallons.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Guns N' Roses. Okay.
Jack,
Johnny Cash.
we are running corn liquor tonight. We're doing a spirit run.
Metallica. Jimmy Buffett. I can't really get behind Jimmy Buffett. A lot of respect, right? Like, guy was a legend. What a guy, too. You know, like.
That was a pretty good choice.
Billy Strings, Copper Moon. Billy Strings is getting up there. You know, like still so young, right?
Yeah, can't be the best band ever yet.
I like seeing Billy Strings mentioned, but certainly not, you know, in the running with Pink Floyd and those. But Billy Strings will be, I think.
I did love me some Beastie Boys, but I'm not sure I can put them in the
Doors.
top 10.
Quarrymen. To be honest here, I've never heard Quarrymen. Joe Parks has the same favorite artist of all time as me.
Every time we're talking, yeah, Willie.
I love Willie. I'm not gonna say okay. Here's what I'll distinguish. Willie is my favorite of all time, but I don't think he's the greatest musician or band of all time. He's my favorite though.
GTD, my opinion on a grain cap is to leave it alone and let it fall on its own. The only time I push a cap is with fruit.
Joe hit us with a little Chuck Berry. Love that.
Or BB King, he says.
The gruesome twosome. What's up, Moonshiner Grant? Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang. Protect your neck, diversify your bonds.
I do like some Tupac and Biggie. I don't even know what Wu-Tang sings. I know I've heard their name a lot. I'm sure I've heard something.
They do Cash Rules Everything Around Me, don't they?
Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, cream.
Yeah, dude. Leonard Skinner, all-time best.
I mean,
Skinner's badass.
I would put Skinner in the top 10.
They're probably in my top 10, yeah. But like, I don't know. I get some. I really get on. I have my whole life been a really big fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
Just they don't sound like anyone else, right? And then like that bass coming through, and
a very unique sound.
Also a super big Kings of Leon fan. I don't know how popular that is here.
I like Kings of Leon.
First dance with my wife at our wedding was a Kings of Leon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Don't even know.
Mi Amigo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Bitchin' song. If you guys haven't ever heard it, go give a listen to Mi Amigo, Kings of Leon.
I think Cold Desert is my favorite Kings of Leon song.
Cold Desert's a good one.
Coulter
Pickup
Wall.
truck.
Yeah.
I do like some Coulter Wall.
Coulter Wall's catching up, I'll tell you that. You want to talk about a different sounding dude. Coulter Wall is like, there's nobody else that says that. You're not going to be like, is that Coulter Wall? And it not be Coulter Wall.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Yeah.
He sounds even better live. Saw him for free at the local casino.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
5 or 6 years ago.
No shit.
Free show. I stood from me to you from him.
Did you cry? Did you shed a tear?
Uh-huh.
I don't blame you for that. I don't think you're a lesser man for it either.
Yep.
He's an awesome rapper. Do you know that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How do you know he's not? He got a whole other side YouTube. He just wears a ski mask the whole time.
Ooh,
Nothing but beard hanging out of the bottom of it.
I like seeing Stevie Ray Vaughan mentioned. Stevie Ray
That's
Vaughan.
cool.
That's a good one.
Derek and the Dominoes. Led Zeppelin is the GOAT. My wife would agree with you, KRB. She's a big.
My rapper name is
Easy now.
They're Shine a Lot.
Okay. All right. That was much more wholesome.
You're like, easy, whoa.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Now. Pump the brakes.
Come on. We're just now gaining notoriety. We can't be canceled like instantly.
Oh, Duke's with you on the Kings of Leon.
Oh, dude.
That's cool to see, Duke.
Yeah, they put on an awesome show. They've got a bunch of really great songs. I would say them and Red Hot Chili Peppers, as far as just bands go, is probably what I listen to more than most.
Man, Clinton, Killswitch Engage was my favorite band for like a year and a half in high school. I listened to them so much.
Taste in music.
Slipknot.
Matchbox 20.
Yeah, Moonshiner Chad, Windsong is wanting you to jump over here on the YouTube side. So get off TikTok, jump over to YouTube per Windsong.
Leave where you're at and go to the Still in the Clear on YouTube, if you would, sir.
Ooh, Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't heard their stuff.
Oh, man, I heard a song the other day, and I'm not singing it out loud. Can't really remember.
Damn. A pigeon shat on the lead singer of the Kings of Leon in St. Louis, and they canceled the concert.
That's two-ply, brother. That's soft as baby shit right there. You got to keep going, dude. What are you talking about? It's just a little poo.
Oh, that's good to know, Clinton. I'll have to check it out.
Did you say they canceled the show?
That's what it says.
I don't know. I want to vet that story before but that pisses me off.
Yeah,
that's true.
You don't get any.
They're from Tallahena, Oklahoma.
I'm not buying one of your T-shirts after that.
No. Tallahena, Oklahoma.
No.
Yeah, Tallahena Sky, another great song they have. Time goes by on a Tallahena sky. ASE is the original singer back for their newer stuff again. No one said Pantera, and I really like Pantera. Also, they got a crazy story. Dimebag Daryl just deleted on stage, like during a live show. Did you know that?
No.
Dimebag Daryl, the guy came on with a 12 gauge and killed it.
What?
I can't say most of those words that I just said over here.
I can't believe you haven't been banned on TikTok.
I don't think I've been restricted yet. But yeah, that was crazy. That's on film. I'm not telling you to, but you can watch that video. Pretty crazy. His brother was there too, which sucks. Remember, his brother was the drummer, and so that happened all in front of him, and it was terrible.
It was a mass shooting.
Yeah, crazy person. But he walked on stage, and that's when the first one was Daryl. Super sad. Pretty crazy video to watch too.
Joe Parks, how do I make moonshine? Iron Duke, not on here, Joe.
All right, we'll go through the top of the hour and do only Shine talk. We are getting a little bit off the beaten path here.
Let's
give us some good.
We're doing the hey guys.
We're not terribly subtle.
We're doing the weave, right? We're coming back.
We're doing the weave. Not everybody can do the weave. You have to be pretty smart. You have to be a very intelligent guy to do the weave. You go away and you talk and you come back. Weave's getting a little wild. A little out there on the weave. Joe Rogan.
Let's talk about the bloody weather. What is that, gay Donald Trump?
What is that? Gay Donald? Kinda.
Sorta.
Oh man.
Working on getting the jar cam back up.
Did we ever tell them proof of jar number 9?
I don't know.
It was 157 if we didn't already say it. Pantera is coming to Birmingham with Zach, and I have tickets. That's badass. I'd like to go see Pantera. Picture asks, how long do you have to ferment your mash? Super dependent on the mash and the mash's environment and the yeast and a lot of different factors. People are surprised, right? This is what kind of ruins a beginner, so to speak, in terms of fermentation expectations. If they have one and it's one of our kits, right, and it's like at a 1060, 1065, and it just works off super fast, 8 days, 7-8 days, and it's done. And then they get one that just takes its time a little bit, their mind instantly goes to something is wrong with this. We get phone calls definitely every week where someone's staring at a mash that there's nothing wrong with it. They're convinced is just, I should throw this out. Don't throw it out. Get a hydrometer. That's also the follow-up question most of the time to my mash is dead, something's wrong with my mash is, do you have a hydrometer? The answer most times is no. And then it's like, okay, well, you don't really have a good way to tell.
Yeah, that's a conversation we have on the phone almost every week. Yeah.
Once a week comes up. After 5 still and clear gifted memberships.
Woohoo!
Always gonna
new members have been mashed in.
Pistol, yeah, we gotta get one of those like you remember the Halo voice? Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
New members have been mashed, dude.
Absolutely.
We'll do something. We'll work on some voiceover work this coming week for that.
Mash is done when it's done. That's right. That's the true and aggravating answer when people ask, how long does it take? It takes as long as it takes. That kind of sucks sometimes.
It's a shit answer, but it's the only one you can give people.
Yeah. The honest answer.
Yeah.
Motor City got a gifted membership. Whoop, whoop.
Hell yeah.
And do not forget, every 5 gifted memberships equals 1 entry into the drawing.
I forgot we were doing that.
Win one of these right here. Month of May giveaway is the Mile Hi 8-gallon dual purpose Pro Steel.
Scott Bryant gifted 1 membership to Lee Finch.
Whoop, whoop.
I wonder if that was targeted or if he just gifted 1 or if he picked someone out and gifted them 1.
Oh, and Hagar says he was kidding. Motor City Hellbilly was kidding. He was already a member, wasn't he? I don't really know. I lose track.
No, he Motor City Hellbilly at 6:30 got a membership from
okay,
Hagar.
Good.
Yeah, Chad says, I'm pretty sure that's Moonshine or Chad, right? He said, taste it, bro. If it's sweet, then it's not ready. I would say 95% of the time, that's probably super solid. But a lot of times, too, like with some of these mashes, depending on if they're using some sort of juice or some sort of something, there can be some unfermentables in there that still give you somewhat of a sweet.
Yeah, so there are techniques you can use, like dipping your fingers in and rubbing your fingers. Does it feel oilish, sticky, or is it dry? That'll tell you something. Tasting it, that'll tell you something. But the only way to know exactly is with a triple scale hydrometer.
Dude, I am about to scissor kick Daniel in the face. Do you see what he came out here and said? Evening, Cyrus.
What's up, brother?
Dude, that guy. He's the best at ribbing, dude. Like, did you ever have buddies in school that were just like really good at just like joshing around, just ripping on each other?
Yeah.
I feel like he was the king of that with his buddies growing up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like just a great. It's not a quality that everyone can have. And sidekick.
Rousey, I'm not sure then how to help you. Because honestly,
what's he saying?
He's trying to get some gifts, but he's only got options for the super chat and the super thanks. So I'm not sure. I think Adam might be looking it up now. Might be what he.
Is he on an Apple device? Did we already cover that?
I think Android.
Oh, I don't know.
So we got the 8-gallon Mile Hi. Does anyone have any questions about this still? Is this a still you're looking at as a purchase or an upgrade? If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, Copper Moon, the only thing with the refractometer is, like, after you pitch your yeast, right, it's, like, useless. And normally when we're talking to people that are having some sort of a mash issue, they've pitched their yeast. And sometimes people just forget to pitch yeast. I think I've done that before with wine, where it's like, what's going on here? And then back when I only had limited amounts of yeast laying around, I noticed like, oh, I have one pack of EC 1118 that I bought for this that I obviously didn't use. Yeah, I'll take one.
Thank you.
So what temp does daddy yeast die from being too hot? What's the upper level limit of daddy yeast? I mean, I know we recommend 90, but
Well, you can be at 100, and I think at 110 it's definitely done.
yeah.
But I recommend 90. But I have seen it survive a little higher than that. So
Yeah. Super happy around the 90-degree mark. Like if you're converting starches or if you dilute your sugar and hot water and you're pitching on the come down, like for sure 90. That's a great spot.
who picked the calibrated temperature hydrometer at 60 degrees? I would have picked 70 or 72. That does make sense. Like that's room temp for most people, but I don't know who chose it.
Terry Clark asked, what's the cost of this still setup?
So this still,
Column and all.
well, the one that is officially in the drawing, which is all stainless. The copper parts that are on this one will be stainless.
I think they said they could have copper. I think Boo said in the chat earlier they can have copper.
Yeah, you're going to be able to have a choice between copper and stainless. What I'm saying is the stainless version is like $985, and the copper version is like $1,030 or something.
Right over 1,000.
Something like that. I never went over 90, and my yeast isn't working anymore. I'm confused. I'm testing my pH tomorrow.
Joe, you dropped a hydrometer in it yet? Okay. By you saying it's not working anymore, I assume at some point it was working. I'd be curious to know what your gravity is on it. And I think, isn't there kind of a typical point for, like, in terms of gravity, where you can kind of pinpoint without a pH meter, like, oh yeah, this is kind of a likely point that this would have crashed out if the starting gravity was whatever?
Yeah, if you're using, like, assuming you're not using some water that's already low in pH, and if you go above 1090 on certain mashes, you can start to have pH problems.
Daniel said, my wife's first mash stalled, so she got to learn about pH and baking soda.
Yeah.
Probably just has a bad teacher. First mash, not just running smooth as what happened there. Y'all just get a little overzealous with the sugar. It was working, but the sugar wash is still super sweet. So Joe, if it's still working, it's still working. Some of them just get down, and I did have pH issues on that one. Remember that?
Fought it.
Oh my God.
Finally got it to finish.
2-3 months. 1090, yeah. That's like right at the threshold where people seem to start having pH issues.
Yeah, Joe. So you're doing a sugar wash. Sugar washes are very susceptible to pH problems, especially like Daniel's saying 1090. If you're 1090 or higher on your starting gravity. Now, you didn't tell us what your gravity was. I'm just gonna assume for this conversation that you're not using a triple scale hydrometer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're not, you should probably get one, because this is the exact kind of situation where hydrometer comes in handy, knowing what your starting gravity is and being able to predict, oh, my starting gravity is 1.100. I may have some pH problem. I'm going to throw in some crushed oyster shell for a pH balance, or to avoid the problem, oh, I'm at 1.090. I'm going to add a little bit of water to drop that gravity so that I don't have a pH problem.
A lot of times that's what we have people do, is just kind of thin their match out a little bit. And
yeah.
put some baking soda or whatever, depending on. But it's very rare that they come in with like, hey, I tested my pH is at blah. What do I do?
Yeah, my pH is fine. What's going on? And we do have a guide sheet for fixing a stuck ferment. So there's a checklist of 4 items to check when you have a stuck ferment. And if it's not one of these 4 problems, then it's either done or you just got to give it more time. And that's a guide sheet. You can download our guide sheets for free. Go to stillintheclear.com/guides. There's like 15 or 20 of it. 15 or 20 of those guide sheets, and how to fix a stuck ferment is one of them. Pretty simple process if you
That's a good point.
if you do it.
Daniel said add 3 tablespoons of baking soda and see if it starts back. Dump it in slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your fermenter is pretty full, you might have a little mess on your hands if you're not pretty heavy-handed with it. Do your kits come with instructions? Absolutely. Every kit that we send out here, whether it's all the way down at the easiest, the super simple, or one of the ones that's a little tougher, one of the all-grain kits, they all come with step-by-step instructions that have been kind of critiqued over time and really kind of vetted out and thought out really well. So, yeah, they all lend themselves to kind of no matter what stage of shining you're at, experience level-wise, you can get one of these kits, and as long as you can read the instructions and do what they say, you're going to be good.
Jason says, jar check.
I hope Cyrus wrote the instructions. Well, he did.
I did write all the instructions.
Dad's got a little moonshine. See, look, he's got it's a different one. It's just one of the emoji ones. Moonshine and Chad, if you hang out long enough, you'll probably get gifted a membership and you'll have the jar that everyone else has got. Not that you should care one way or the other, Bubba. Your jars are just fine.
We're at jar number 10. Last jar was 157. Whoop. All right, we already got some guesses. 155, 155, 152, 154. Do a little bubble shake. And for the ticky tock.
Did you see that text on the phone? Look at that there.
153.
Yeah, grabbing the dark color membership stuff. Chad, it's pretty easy. Not too tough. If you're on an iPhone, there's like, you got to get out of that and go to a web browser to be able to do it. But once you've got it, you just. What did it come off at? Did you already say?
I did not say.
No, I didn't say it. Never mind.
Ray says, get an Android if you have an iPhone.
Terry Clark asks,
That's how I feel.
Terry Clark asks, what's the purpose of the coffee filters?
The purpose of the coffee filter is to let the alcohol breathe. We will leave these jars just like this for 24 hours. And then we will do our taste and our smell and make our blending, decide which jars we're going to keep, which jars we're not going to keep. And this just allows them to breathe a little bit for a while. The most volatile alcohols will evaporate off first. And so you get a little better, it's a little easier to taste what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep.
Daniel, I couldn't agree more. Scott's gifting one membership at a time pretty consistently. Scott, if you bundle those up and send 5 at a time, you can get an entry. I don't know. I want to make sure you know that.
5 gifted memberships equals 1 entry to win the Mile Hi Still.
Did we do the gifted animation yet?
The Shine Viking got a membership.
I can't do my
New members have just been mashed in.
It's right to left for you.
Clinton House says volatiles burn off. Lingering acetates and acetals. Oxidation builds flavor and drops the proof slightly, but it does help flavor production.
There it is. Right
What a
there.
well thought out little statement there.
What was the proof on that jar?
That jar was 141. Dad Grant says, okay, cool.
Did I say 144?
Or 141. It was 141.
Okay.
Closest without going over was Nick Mayberry, 140.
Nick, my guy. Greg, I don't know who gave you the membership, but you are welcome, brother. Too many big words.
A lot of big words. A lot of big words.
I like them big words. I like knowing what they mean when I don't know them.
Yeah.
Every now and then you gotta watch these two guys. They'll hit you with something, and you're not sure to you don't know if it's a real thing.
Sometimes we'll throw in a little science. Sometimes we'll throw in a little pseudoscience. And if you're not with it,
Schrodinger's cat.
You can't tell which is which.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, dude, I've been every morning been waking up and writing that down on a piece of notebook paper about
Never forget.
80 times.
Never forget.
Schrodinger's cat.
Big words like mayonnaise and locomotive.
One Zach's paying shipping.
Refrigerator.
Mayonnaise and ketchup, big words I like using. Brother. I gifted 5. Y'all can quit trying for entries. The still is officially mine now.
Jason is claiming the win early in the game. Early. 30 days from the finish line. Jason says, I got it.
Super amalgamated.
Yeah. And seeing the spelling and knowing that it's Clinton doing the typing, I'm realizing I have pronounced that word incorrectly all along. I always thought there was an A between the R and the M.
You've been using that?
It's not super amalgamated?
That's what I thought it was. Not.
I thought it was.
Oh. Well, maybe Clinton's wrong.
What's that
maybe
mean?
he forgot to put an A in.
What's that mean?
Clinton, run that back.
I feel like I'm on an island by myself over here. What does that mean?
Is it amalgamated or is it super amalgamated? An amalgam is like, it's whenever things are brought together and bonded together.
No, just add super.
Is that where the word mangled comes from? Is that the verb of amalgamate?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I'd like to look in that. I feel like those words are way too similar for them not to be somewhat tethered together.
They could be.
In either a Greek origin or...
Yeah. You go back to etymology here.
I don't know if I'm buying all that.
Jason's hoping Joe wins because Joe's already said she's giving it to Jason if she does win.
And we'll make sure that doesn't happen, right? Her giving you the still, not her winning. How much have you collected off that beautiful still so far?
We're 11 pints in.
11 pints.
We're at jar number 10, but the first jar was a quart.
11 pints of, I'm going to say, probably a good average 160.
Dave, I don't worry too much about the temperature of the offtake. I just kind of check it with my finger. When it feels like it's starting to get warm, I throw some ice in there and cool it down. But I'm not like measuring it with a thermometer or anything.
Pamela Kirk said, I would love to win this one. Pamela, I hope you win. Someone in here needs to win her.
Somebody needs to win. I would love for somebody to win who's always just hanging out with us. Yeah. That's who I want to win.
That'd be cool. You to bring it up all the time. Dude, remember when we got you that dope still? How's that thing doing?
What was the other way to enter to win? Is there 2 ways to enter?
They can buy anything on stoneandclear.com and get 1 entry. They can buy a grain kit or a recipe kit and get 2 entries. They can gift 5 memberships in the chat here and get a single membership or a single entry.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's about it. And I think if Richard wandered in here and wanted to buy some grain, I think we'd
hook him up.
We'd write him down at entry.
Yeah.
We're not really advertising it for in-store people, but I think there's a Richard exception.
Yeah. Winsong's asking what purchases on the website get an entry. Any purchase.
Any of them. No minimum. No minimum.
What's the cheapest thing we have up there? Is it the 1 pound of daddy, like $12 or $13?
Probably the daddy. The pH meter's close. The hydrometer's close. They're all like 10, 12. There's an ebook on there that's like $15. Yeah. T-shirts aren't very expensive. They're like 20 some bucks.
I mean, obviously you want to buy something you're already going to need or use or. Yeah. So like hydrometers, you're going to use it. Yeah. Even if you have one now, you're going to use a new one because you're going to break the one you have now.
Yeah. That's why I think on this month we did it the way that we did it, because we don't want anyone to feel obligated to spend a bunch of money or,
right.
We want everyone to have a shot at it and spend what they're comfortable spending on stuff that they want and will use.
Right.
So I hope you guys like that, and I hope that it works out for everybody and everyone kind of gets to enter the way that they want. And I really hope someone in the chat ends up with the still. I just think that's going to be really, really cool for one of you guys to get it. Also, it's pretty cool too. Golly, wow. Clinton House with the 20 gifted. Whoop, whoop. Wow, give him 2. Give him 2 of them.
He's having a few.
Give him 2 of them. Give him 2 of those.
He's going to get a few of those.
Wow.
Oh, the Duke got a membership.
Duke got one.
I think he already left. I saw that.
He just said he was leaving.
I hope he did leave.
He's lurking.
I hope he left early.
Nice.
I can't wait for the MeWe discussion.
Oh, we got Lucky D. We got Terry Baldwin.
Holy shit.
What happened?
Yeah,
okay.
That's crazy.
You get an extra one for that.
Clinton.
You got like a bunch of hardcore members.
I got the Duke.
Dude, hail Clinton. That's awesome, man.
It's like whack-a-mole.
It's like
for weeks.
Clinton is the winner tonight because everybody's trying to get Iron Duke a membership.
What the heck?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, Rob Staggs. We got some.
I don't even remember what I was talking about before that happened.
I don't know.
Rob Staggs got one.
We got several people.
Rob Staggs is Backwoods.
Iowa Free Thinker also got one.
Oh, hell yeah.
What the heck?
Dude, you got like all the hardcore followers.
That was a good one.
Good roll.
It was a good roll.
Yeah.
Damn. Got some heavy hitters on that one.
Scott, you get a membership and you get a membership.
Indeed.
Thanks, brother. That's awesome. But yeah, also, I mean, again, whoever wins, but I do hopefully it goes to a guy that just doesn't have a column still or has really been needing to upgrade their still.
Yeah.
That's always cool to think about. Damn, that was nuts.
Mm-hmm. That was crazy. Good job.
Looks like everyone on the screen's got a membership badge now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So for those of you that are new to the membership, we go live every morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We sit around, we just kind of chit chat. We answer a few questions. We talk a little bit of behind the scenes, still in the clear stuff. And, usually 30-ish minutes. We do that every morning.
Yeah.
You also get some polls. Probably the next poll that the members will get to vote on is going to be which new logo we're going to use for the ABV Society. Because we're ditching this logo, we're making a new one, and we're going to let the members choose.
That's going to be a relic. That was a very limited edition run. That's
now collectible.
A collectible. Maybe at some point we could, I don't know how they would feel about this, but maybe at some point we could, sign these and just, give them. I don't know. I'm probably never given anyone that. I'm going to be honest. But I started to say that, and instantly, as I thought about it any amount of time at all, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I love this app. Winsong with the 10 gifted.
There you go.
Go, girl.
I can write up the private members only items for the MASH.
That's right. I knew Duke was still lurking, even though he'd said goodnight.
I would free think you're throwing all the custom emojis in the chat.
Playing with the new emojis.
Bye.
When's it going to dole out Winsong's gifteds?
I don't know. That's weird. It's like it can't find anyone.
Maybe we hit our limit. Maybe we hit our limit.
You got 44,000 subscribers on here, and all of them got memberships. So
that would be crazy.
Yeah, what the hell was that about? Where?
Oh,
What if she just sent that in italics?
Just typed it out herself.
It's a fake.
it's not real.
It's a fake.
Oh, we got Joe Clementi down there. Needs his membership.
If Wendy Song wins the still, I'm demanding a recount.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't know, Winsong. We were trying to figure that out. I don't know what happened there. Why it didn't come up with.
Clinton said they thought that it would refund you since there was a delay and it didn't populate.
Probably some sort of glitch issue, I would imagine.
We'll keep our eye on that one. Double Portion Farm says, hello, I don't have one. Double Portion, you can go to, also great name. You can get a membership. You can click the join button, I believe it is. And if you gift 5 memberships during the live, you get entered into hopefully win one of these bad boys. So there you go. Also, if you hang around long enough, the way things are going tonight, you're probably just going to get one.
Right.
Just ate barbecue pulled pork. What's a good way to cleanse palate before tasting and blending? Slam a beer. Just slam a beer. Think of it as a long system you've got here, and you got to fully cleanse that all the way down. Don't just think about your mouth. Slam a beer.
Clinton spilled behavior for Iron Duke.
Well, couldn't help but notice that the memberships were going fine before Duke was getting. Now they're kind of acting up a little bit.
Maybe they're saying this is an international situation.
I could get behind that. I could pass that along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to walk us out?
We're finishing up for the night?
Well, no, it's intermission time.
Oh, sorry. All right. Stop the hour. Little hands on the 7, big hands on the 12. That means it's break time. I want you to go in, maybe reach into that garage fridge, maybe that fridge in the comfort of your own home. Grab a little light beer out of there, refill that beer, go use the bathroom, whatever it is that you do while we're not on. Also, if you missed the beginning of the live and you missed what happened before we started the cameras rolling tonight, you're going to be able to get a shot at that. We'll pass along some information to you, and we'll be right back.
Okay. Tonight we are running a spirit run, corn liquor spirit run. We've got almost 3 gallons of a stripping run that we're going to clean up, double distill, and we are going to first pour it all into this bucket. We're going to get a hydrometer reading. We're going to add water. We're going to proof it down to below 80.
Yep.
And so recently over on Facebook, a guy had a kind of a tragic mishap. He did not proof it down enough.
Had some sort of little leak in his system somewhere and kind of blew himself up a little bit. So, yeah, something definitely to keep an eye on and be cautious about and, just make sure you're proofing down enough.
Yeah, and, when people ask, how dangerous is this? I tell people it's not dangerous. The kind of dangerous things that can happen are almost always happening through negligence.
They're always preventable, yeah.
So just be careful and do things the way you're supposed to do them and proof down, make sure anything goes in your stills below 80 proof. That's below the flash point.
If they wanted copper, to just have copper.
Yeah, we were kind of talking with Mile Hi about that this morning. Hadn't worked out the detail fully, but pretty sure that if you're the winner of this still and you want a copper column, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want to do? Start proofing this stuff down?
Let's get all this in here. We'll take a measurement. Oh, that's lekker.
Smells great.
Smells good. Ooh, yeah. And while he's doing that, I think I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Mile Hi Still, since this is the showcase of the month. This is a stainless steel milk can style still. These things are very durable. One of the things about them that are so nice also is just the stainless is so easy to maintain. That's the main reason why people like stainless. Just very easy to maintain. The last time we used this, we just rinsed it out with a bunch of hot water right after the run, and now we're using it. That's it. That's how easy it is. What are you looking for?
We're just going to put some.
Let's get a reading on it first, find out exactly where we're at. Good and sanitized there for you.
Oh, yeah. If it wasn't already, it was about to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, the modular design of the stills, we can add a sight glass. We don't have to add sight glass. This is a component you need. This is for the Liebig condenser. You can use different height columns, different thickness columns, deflag, no deflag, all kinds of ways to run this still. All right, where are we at, brother?
Smack dab on 100.
100. So not a long way to go to get to below 80 proof. So let's add a gallon and see where that gets us. And maybe we just add all the water and we're well below 80, but then we have more volume. I don't know. What do you want to do? We're not running a heating element, so it doesn't matter how much volume we have.
Right at 40. A little hair above 40.
ABV?
Or yeah, proof? 40 proof. No, ABV, sorry.
Okay, so
right at 80 proof.
We'll add a little more water. Make sure you're below 80 proof.
Hell, I say just throw it in there.
Throw it all in there, all right. So that's going to be well below 80 proof. We're going to put that in the still and fire her up. So we're going to get this ready, start running it tonight. If you want to find out more about the giveaway for this still, just stay tuned. We'll see you in the live.
And I'm back.
Me too.
And Adam. And Cyrus is on his way back in here. We trying to cut the AC on, man. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but it is hot in here. Still running like a champ. Oh man, Dave. Pour up a tall one. I'm not going to say that. About to say something potentially incriminating there, and I caught myself.
Avoid that.
Yeah. It was like a very harmless.
Rousey, we are going to be announcing the winner on the Thursday night live stream on June 5th. It's the first Thursday after the end of May. So that's when the winner will be announced.
Big badass still giveaway. Oh yeah, I remember what I was saying earlier. I lost my train of thought when Clinton gifted 20 memberships.
And hit all the heavy hitters.
Yeah. I think what's cool about this too is it's not like a 1 in a million chance, right? Like last time we did this, it was like a 1 in 100 chance, 1 in
Like
120,
yeah,
something like that. And so,
which are pretty good odds.
Pretty,
Not bad.
yeah. Well, in the grand scheme of things, for $1,000 still, yeah, like 1 in 100 chance, yeah, it's badass. So it'll be more this month. Obviously, it's a little bit bigger giveaway. It's garnering a little bit more attention, but I mean, man, not the worst odds.
Right.
What's up, Donna?
We've lost our chat. There it is.
Better than most.
What's
Better
up,
than
Don?
most.
What, is Donnie in the chat?
He was on TikTok, but it didn't come through to y'all's comments. So I commented on TikTok there. Donnie Standridge.
Hey, buddy. Do they have a central location on laws, regulations, and upcoming changes, or is it state by state? State by state. That is a state authority type issue. Yeah, so it's different everywhere you go. Go to Missouri, 100 gallons a year, as long as it doesn't leave your property, no problem. Do whatever you want. The good thing is there has been some federal law that's been handed down within a year. Last year, close to around this time, there was a federal decision out of the, I don't know if it was the Ninth Circuit, anyway, out of Texas, and that case pretty plainly stated, like, hey, these guys aren't engaging in interstate commerce, which is what the government was using to say, like, hey, we have the ability to say you can't do this. And that court rejected that. And so, yeah, go give that case a look. I need to do a deep dive back into that and just refresh myself and kind of follow along. I really love to get that Hobby Distillers, some of those guys and their attorney, once we figure out how to get folks on.
Give a shout to Sean. I think he
knows those guys.
Those
Yeah,
folks.
yeah. They're out of Kitty, Texas, and they took them up a legal issue, put some money together, and said, "Hey, let's go challenge this,"
and won
it.
Adam, would you drop that invitation link to become a member? There's some folks in there trying to figure it out, and it's not working. And that link works well. So,
Big H, I'm not familiar with Louisiana. That said, there are several guys in the chat that are from Louisiana and distill, and they may be able to offer you some knowledge there. I could not. So just don't sell it, more or less. I remember there was a federal ruling. Yeah, so the sale of untaxed liquor is still uniformly illegal everywhere, and I'm not telling you what to do or not do. I'm just telling you that a lot of times things aren't an issue until you start involving lost revenue to the government, and that makes them mad. They don't like that. They want to curtail that type of.
That's a tax crime.
They want to curtail that type of behavior. They want their money.
Winsong, Cyrus, what would keep the membership gifting from showing up in the dollar list for Jack? I really don't know. Just don't know.
Hopefully it's not like taking a tag off a mattress. I wonder, has anyone ever been in trouble for that?
Has anyone ever been convicted of that crime?
Yeah, what is that, by the way?
We talked about it for like...
You're going to go to prison for the rest of your life if you take this tag off of this. What is that?
It's a misconception. And they're
I forgot about that.
We talked about it for like 2 whole hours in law school one day during some, I can't remember, maybe it was like a comm law lecture. They did it, and I'm telling you right now, the net of the discussion was delete this from your brain. It does not matter.
Okay.
So I think I probably just looked down at my phone and stopped paying attention.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's a legitimate thing, or was at one point. I'd have to. That's maybe worth a Google.
Yeah, that's interesting.
At some point. Federally, lots of things are illegal. It's the states that pass laws and really enforce federal laws if they choose to. Okay. Double Portion Farm sent 5 Still in the Clear gift memberships. Pew, 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 pew. Double Portion. Don't know why we're not getting the...
I don't know why they're not showing up. It's uncool, YouTube. Why are you doing this to us?
They're getting doled out. We checked on our end. We are getting them.
Is there an Apple user in the chat who can tell him how to do it? Did you try the link that we sent?
There you go.
He's trying to gift memberships. I'm not sure he's trying
Who's trying to gift them?
Oh, I see.
It was, and I'll think who it was. No, I don't remember. Gordon Chapman,
which is awesome. Okay, so it's not popping up in our chat that people are getting them, but clearly they are still.
So Gordon Shinerman, are you saying you just now got one?
Like just now?
Like not you just realized you had one, or?
David, how are you, brother?
Earlier, when I was looking into it, I read that you had to be a member yourself, but then I was thinking,
think that's right.
I don't think that's right because Duke was gifting them.
Double Duke gave them out. He wouldn't. Yeah.
Double. Yep. Yes, just got the notification that I was gifted one. Well, hell yeah. KRB with the 10 gifted.
Still in the clear. The Gifty memberships are on hold. YouTube flagged a large increase in memberships as unusual for the channel. Everyone donating but not seeing anyone get them will get refunds. Okay, so here's how we have to handle that. Stop donating for the night, because like if the donations aren't really happening and you're going to get refunded, we can't give you a chance to win.
We think they're going to get refunded?
This is what Clinton is saying.
Happens from time to time, even on bigger channels. Well, there's guys saying they're getting them still. They're just not popping up, listing them out. We'll monitor it. We'll look at it.
Figure it out. We'll figure it all out behind the scenes.
I think they're probably. Hopefully, I'm being optimistic. I hope they're working.
Consolation prize. What does that mean?
Like if you don't win the still, you must.
Are we getting something else? No. No. You're
No.
You're either a winner or a loser. That's all there is around here. Winners and losers. We don't do participation trophies.
That was quick. Oh, well, I'll let a few more drips get down off in there.
If you're not first, you're last.
Hot, nasty, badass Spees Rouses 63. That's what this country was built on.
Second place is just the first place loser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Cal, if you win, how am I going to win? You know? You have 2 number ones.
Right. You get Rise and Shine each morning, decisions on what is mashed, distilled next, and polls that Cyrus Zach Adam put up on things. More direct input to what happens on the channel.
Well said, Clinton.
Well said, brother.
There's some members-only content over there. I don't know if that was mentioned as well. Some videos that only members get to see.
Yeah, just a little bit. Probably more in the future.
Yeah. I got 2 knives in my legs. Ricky, you can walk.
Is this Talladega Nights reference?
Levi over on TikTok asked, how long does sugar wash usually take to finish? Levi, I'm going to give you the right answer, right? And it's not going to be one that helps you out very much. I'll just be honest about it. It's going to depend on a lot of things, from temperature to the type of yeast you use to how much sugar was in your wash. It's going to depend on all kinds of stuff, right? So the answer that we give folks when we get asked this question, and it does come up pretty frequently, I want you to know that, is it's done when it's done. typical range, like if you just wanted a typical window range, like, yeah, somewhere between a week and 3 weeks is probably the most typical, depending on just a normal everyday starting gravity. But yeah, you can't see them over here, but in the YouTube chat, you're getting a bunch of depends emojis, little diapers. What temp do you want to keep it at? If you can keep it at 80, that's great. Somewhere north of 70, right? I keep most of my mashes, most of my ferments in my house. That's at any given time anywhere between 69 and 75 degrees, and they seem to do fine. I would say if you could keep them a little bit warmer, they would certainly work off a little bit faster.
Yeah. All things being perfect as far as the environment for the yeast, 7 to 10 days. All things are rarely perfect, so you get some fluctuation. If you have a low gravity, 3-4 days.
Clinton's letting them in on that. Clinton says also can state this now, but all of us members knew 2 weeks ago about the still being the prize for this month's contest. We didn't know the criteria until today, but had advanced knowledge. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
All the members get the inside scoop on everything we're kind of doing and what we've got going, and the fun little game we get to play.
Yeah, and advantageous. They knew there was a big giveaway coming.
It's true.
They saved up their orders. Yep. Instead of, for the last 2 weeks, instead of ordering what they might normally order, they just thought, maybe we wait and get a chance to win that beauty.
They got some advantage there for sure. Gordon Shinerman said, my banana brandy finally worked off. Now I have to rack it off in my 5-gallon carboy. Well, hell yeah. 2 days with turbo yeast, starting gravity 1092, fermenting at 80 degrees. That turbo yeast is deadly. That stuff is pretty cool, I think, and definitely helps guys out when they're in a time crunch. You got one that's not fully finished out. You hit it with the turbo yeast on Wednesday, and you're running Friday night. How can you beat that?
Yeah, I think we're going to do a video, something along the lines of, check this title out. Can I mash whiskey start to finish in 4 days?
Yeah.
Or maybe 3.
72 hours.
Push it to like 3 days.
72 hours.
Distilled and everything. That might be a fun video.
If you use the 48-hour turbo yeast, there's a world where you can have it and run it and everything within the 72 hours.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do a little shake.
Zach, something for the future for over here since you do more wines, growing your own koji for making sake. Yeah, I've been doing a little research on the koji the last couple days. We've had a guy coming in kind of asking some questions about it, and I wanted to know what to be able to tell him to the best of my ability. And we got to talking, same guy that I was talking Yellow Label Angel yeast with. Just a mold, though, from what I've learned.
I have a question. If there are some folks in the chat that are good at the jar shaking, guessing the proof, I have a question that I think makes a difference that I never hear anybody talking about, and I don't know enough about it to know for sure. Is there a difference in, when you're shaking it and you're looking at the bubbles, you're looking at the size of the bead and how long it takes to dissipate? Does it matter whether it's single run or double distillation? Because I'm thinking it makes a difference. I'm thinking there are some congenital stuff that change it.
I like that.
And I would just like to know what someone who pretty good at guessing might say.
Any takes on that?
This is jar number 11.
Yeah, Clinton, I was explaining that to that guy, and I'm not 100% sure, and maybe you can clarify for me. Is the Yellow Label Angel yeast the same as the Koji mold that they use in that similar fashion? It's two different things, I understand, but is it two different things that meet the same end, I guess is my question. That's the only thing that I was a little bit unclear about. The rice wine mold versus the yellow, the angel yeast.
Kevin's asking, just hopped in a minute ago. Don't even know what y'all are running. Been a nice run. So it's been a great run. We're running
Super happy with it.
Corn liquor spirit run on the Mile High, and we're 11 jars in. We're 12 pints in, and the run has been very consistent up until the last couple of jars. So pretty good run.
Yeah. Whiskey Rebel with the 5 gifted.
Woo-hoo! There it goes.
Appreciate you, brother.
Got to get the sound effect. It's just not the same without a Mortal Kombat voice.
I like that idea. You could make that a video, made a video file with that all in one piece,
Yeah.
and then stick it on there.
Yeah. It does it in a while. However, it will not develop the same flavor profile that a proper Koji culture will do. Okay.
Ray, the starting gravity, we didn't take the starting gravity exactly. We just made sure it was below 80. My guess is, because we just dumped the rest of the water, we were probably around 65 or 70 proof, or 37 ABV. Yes, probably where I'm guessing we were. But after we dumped all the water in and just made sure we were below 80, we didn't check it again.
Yeah, I was Clinton and Gordon. I was kind of doing a deep dive on that stuff, and I was reading the difference between the mold and the typical yeast, and pretty super interesting. I don't know why. I know that obviously that imparts a specific flavor when you have something that's converting starches and sugars at the same, not necessarily simultaneously, but kind of simultaneously in the same mixture over time, right? Like it's got to, so I don't know. I really would like to mess with some. If we get through all this filming that we're about to do, and I can do something that's just off the books, kind of, because I wouldn't probably film with it the first time I did it, because I'm sure I'm telling you right now, I don't know what I'm doing. So
you just film it saying, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's an experiment.
I've always wanted to make this.
Yes.
Here you go.
Yeah, I would film it. What, in your reading, in your research that you've been doing, did you find anything about specific type of rice maybe being better than another, like a long grain brown rice versus white rice?
I found a couple different things on that. There was a forum or something that I was on where they were talking about the different rices that they had used, and a guy was saying that he had used sushi rice, which apparently is somewhat more porous when it is soaked in the water, and he thought that he was able to get a better conversion, better this, better that out of it. And then I think a lot of them are like not wild grain rice, but like the long, I can't remember what it's called, not basmati, not jasmine, just like the long grain white rice. I think is like the most typical that people are using. But I did see a guy saying he liked specifically to use the sushi rice, which is a little bit rounder, not as long, kind of thicker a little bit.
Been saying sushi rice, very high starch, gluten content, more potential sugars.
That's essentially what he was saying in more words. Yeah. I was emailed receipts, so folks better have gotten their memberships.
Winsong will be all over YouTube. There's some hinky going on.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine, hon. I'm sure everything's going to be just fine.
Yeah, Gordon, that documentary is very good. I've seen it. Zach, you should watch it. I think it's called The Birth of Sake.
Oh,
it's very good.
Really? Has anyone ever, so somewhat related, somewhat unrelated, has anyone ever watched the documentary made popular on Netflix called Hero Dreams of Sushi?
Mm-mm.
That's a top 10 Netflix watch for me.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Just there's a Japanese principle of doing the same thing every day for 70 years and mastering it and changing basically nothing, just trying to get incrementally better, but repeating the same process every day in your work for years to become the best at it. I can't remember the word for it, but like that's what that guy does. He shows up to that shop, he makes sushi every day.
Now that you're saying that, I want to say that concept came up during the sake documentary. I feel like it did.
It's a very popular Japanese principle.
There were some old heads making that sake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's in the
I bet they're a little bit more
katana makers.
Absolutely
same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I admire that, like just the sheer willpower it would take to just show up and do the same thing every day.
No kidding,
just try to get better at it, but just keep the same routine. I wake up at 6:05. I board the subway at 6:30. 2. I do. That's how they approach that.
Yeah, not for me. Dave says he's used a lot of yellow label on all grain rye mashes, starting at room temp without additives. Put it all in a Badmo barrel. Still 2 years later, I'm still waiting on it to turn out well.
Kevin's over on TikTok. He said that damn YouTube crashed.
Hey, gummit.
Oh, maybe it was just I'm hoping it was just a you problem. Not that I'm wishing specific problems on you as an individual, but it seems like everybody else is still over there and chatting, hanging up. Hope not. That would shook.
Will certainly convert everything.
Did you read Olympic Dave's already?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Sometimes I get caught up reading the next thing and I completely
get you.
Blank on you've already covered this.
We repeat each other sometimes. I do it too. It's we're still becoming professionals. We're a bit amateurish.
Do you think we're taking an average amount of time to get better, or is it taking a lot longer for us to get any better at this?
Well, if it's like anything else I do, it's taking a lot longer.
But once I get there, look out. What's up, JoJo?
Dave said he didn't like it as well as some of the other yeast strains. Talking about the yellow label.
I think it's just so different. I mean, I think it's for a specific thing, and that's about it. I mean, I'm guessing because I don't know. But I think when guys are using it on different grains to convert starches, a lot of the times we're using it on grains that are vastly bigger than rice. And I think it comes down to like when guys don't mill their corn enough when they're going to gelatinize it, right? I think it's kind of the same. I can see that yeast is only going to work on a small enough grain that it can like kind of fully impregnate.
Oh, Jason, the last jar. I did not say, did I? Jar number 11 is 136. 136.
Dave says we're all above average.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, you're not wrong, Dave.
Yeah.
We are dope. We're all dope.
It did keep the rye thinner. Well, that's interesting. Because rye can get very thick.
The last jar come off at
136.
You want to? What do we think we're going to shut her down?
We're in tails now, so we can shut it down anytime.
Okay. Let's run this next jar off.
Okay. We're going to run one more jar.
I want these emojis for all of you too.
Badass
you
emoji.
Should be able, if you're a channel member somewhere and they have an emoji, you should be able to use that anywhere.
Yeah.
That would be what you should be able to do.
They should
drive people back to say, hey, where does that come from?
Where'd you get that emoji?
Yeah.
Where did you get that little diaper, and why do you have it?
Why you got a diaper, man? Depends.
Depends. That's right.
Yeah, I need to start playing around with the sake though, and the soju and everything else. Because I do legitimately really like sake. I mean, it's nice. It creeps up on you, which I like. I like being taken by surprise a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see it coming, and then boom, all of a sudden it's like, oh, 3 little bottles of sake will do that to you? Crazy.
Watching where did my pants go?
Who saw this coming? Everybody else at the table? No. But I I like it hot. And I can think of basically no other liquor other than maybe some of Winsong's Kahlua and some hot coffee that I like to drink. There's very little liquor that I like hot.
Yeah.
Sake is by far one of those.
Not a big fan of hot Jaeger.
Oh, dude.
I'm not a fan of Jaeger.
In general, yeah, but I can imagine. I put a hot Jaeger on my bottom 10 list of drinks of all time, probably.
Talk about burn a hole in your stomach.
Oh, dude, just give you the bubble guts, probably, too.
With that licorice.
Man, just so thick, dude. Thick.
Mm-hmm.
Clinton says he and Saki are good friends.
Golly, give
you a chill.
Oh, boy. Hot sake equals how you drink crappy sake. Get yourself, I'm not going to pronounce that, Jumanji, day Jingo, drinking cold. That'll change your life. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like them hot. But yeah, I'm not drinking. I'm self-admittedly not drinking like top shelf sake. If I go to order sake from a sushi place, I'm picking out the cheapest one and I get it hot and I love it every time.
Yeah,
I've never once gotten the cheapest sake on a menu hot and been like, I don't know about this.
Might need to grab some sake. I don't think I've ever had
Collector Rick, never heard of it.
What's up, Uncle Moonshine? My brother. That's all right, brother. Don't worry about it, man.
Uncle Moonshine in the
Got
house.
the koozies out as usual. Only tried sake once and wasn't impressed. Jeffrey, I hear that a lot from people, and I think that there are definitely levels to sake because I have had some. I had some at a party one time, and I was like, "This doesn't taste anything like what I normally like." I wouldn't have liked it either if I had that one first.
Clinton's giving you some pronunciation.
Junmai.
There you go.
Thank you for the phonetic spelling of those words. Also, I think Clinton Houch might be the only one in the chat that can give phonetic spellings of anything, let alone Japanese dialect words. I don't know. We could take a vote on this as a group, but I'd like to elect Clinton Houch as the smartest guy amongst us.
I mean, I'm all right with that.
Okay,
It's pretty
I don't
sharp.
know how you feel about it.
Pretty sharp.
Chat, what are you guys thinking? Will you go ahead and elect him? Smart guy in the chat? I think so. Fine with me. The Jaeger and lemon juice is supposed to be awesome, and I hate Jaeger. Well,
I've never tried
same.
anything, well, other than, I guess, a Jaeger bomb. I've had a Jaeger bomb, but I've never had a Jaeger lemon juice. That's interesting.
Richard giving us some chicken house updates there. I love that for you, brother. Glad she's coming along. Uncle Moonshine says sake is different. It is very different. Maybe I need to retry. Jeff, yeah, I think it's worth a trip to the local liquor store. Get with something more knowledgeable. Get with somebody more knowledgeable on it than me to maybe guide you in the right direction towards a good one. But yeah, I think it's worth a second shot, especially if it spurs along an interest to make some. If you do like it. One sec says, Zach, try the butter pecan and coffee. It's awesome. The butter pecan is. I'd hate to put it in the coffee. I'll be honest with you.
It's pretty good.
I like drinking it straight. I mean, not that
I
the
think
Kahlua
the
is not
butter
good straight.
pecan. No, it's Kahlua. Hey, hon, when you make the Cocoa Joe Supreme, is that Kahlua you're putting in there, or is that the butter pecan? I don't know. She makes them. They're like she could open up a cocoa truck and kill it.
We're out of butter pecan here too, by the way. Winsong, I don't know if I'm not trying to add more to your plate, but we're out of.
But we have mentioned it a few weeks in a row.
We are out of all the key Winsong flavors. I mean, literally all of them. I'm also not going to be so willing to start giving them out to when people come in here wanting to try stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep those back
be
a little bit.
stingy.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little stingy with them. You're probably only getting a Winsong if you bring us something.
Requires a trade.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of mutual handshake. Get a Junmai. Sake for your first outing, 15 to 25 usually. See, not bad. They're smaller bottles, right? And it's not like they're wine strength. You know, I think they're technically a rice wine. But man, sake is really the only thing that I I think it's because I don't know a lot about it, and I treat it accordingly, and I always drink too much of it, which I like. Clint needs 2 wrenches by his name. Yeah, 750. Yeah, they're like little half pints normally.
Mad Dog is $10.
Ray said you can get Mad Dog 2020 for $10.
I was going to say
That's crazy that it's that high.
Become $10.
Yeah.
Jesus. Of course, I hadn't had Mad Dog in 20 years.
It's been not 20 years
30
for me,
maybe?
but it's been, I'm trying to think, probably a good 5 years.
Yeah.
5, 10.
Yeah.
I used to get it every once in a while in college just as a novelty because I grew up around my dad and like different bird hunters always saying, "Oh, you used to have some of that Mad Dog in the dog box and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I want to see what the hype's about. And I remember getting some and going, "Oh, this is cheap." And then 2 hours later, you're like, "Oh, I get it.
Oh, this is cheap.
My head hurts. Can't stop throwing up."
Uncle Moonshine, this is a spirit run we're doing on some corn liquor. That's what's in the still. It's all right that you're late. Try not to let that happen again, but you're not in trouble yet.
Wild Irish rose wine. I've seen that before. Never had any. I don't think I've had any. Comes with a black label, right?
I have not.
I think I'm thinking of the right stuff. Yeah.
I've not had it.
I want to do some of that damn dandelion wine I keep. That seems like just such a popular recipe.
That's interesting.
Never made any.
Okay.
And also it takes an ungodly amount of dandelions. Like crazy amount of dandelions.
Where do you find all the dandelions?
Exactly.
You got a spot? No.
We're gonna be about to.
So for those of you who have not been around for the entire live, this still, the Mile Hi 8-gallon dual purpose pro, we're giving one of these away this month. At the end of the month, we're giving one away. And so if you want to enter, you can go to stillintheclear.com, and any order on stillintheclear.com gets you an entry. So whether you're just buying a hydrometer or a pH meter, it doesn't matter. They're all entries. If you buy a grain kit or a recipe kit, you get 2 entries, and we're going to draw the winner on June 5th, Thursday night live stream. So
also my birthday, no big deal. I'm not trying to pre-celebrate my birthday over a month out, but that is my birthday.
He's actually just giving you guys plenty of time to send your gifts. So big shout out to Mile Hi. Thank you to Mile Hi for partnering with us for this amazing giveaway to give away to one of our amazing customers.
Also, just a bunch of really cool dudes over there.
Absolutely.
Like great people to support, very down to earth, very helpful, like very knowledgeable. I don't have a bad word to say about them. I think they're great. Uncle Moonshine got censored for what I said. Silly TikTok. Yeah, bunch of communists over there, brother. Don't take it too hard. Pack of commies.
Yeah, TikTok's rough.
Crazy.
I still have a TikTok, and I still watch TikTok, but I don't do much video.
If I didn't like it, like a bunch of people over there, and just like going live with people every once, I would not have one.
Yeah.
Nice to see y'all live. Adapt 2030. Yeah, beats the alternative.
Yeah.
CJ over on TikTok says, I'm trying to learn the craft out here in California. Well, brother,
spot.
That's a good spot to learn. There's a MeWe group, Moonshine for Beginners. Adam's going to go ahead and drop that in the chat. You won't see it because you're on TikTok. Sorry about that. But if you leave TikTok and you go to YouTube, go to Still in the Clear. Oh, never mind. Link is in your chat.
Allegedly.
Chat might be stuck over there.
I don't know. I'm not seeing. There's chats coming. Okay. So yeah, MeWe, Moonshine for Beginners.
The place to go if you're trying to learn the craft. There are so many helpful people over there that are happy to help. There are no dumb questions. You don't have to feel stupid asking a question. Nobody's going to treat you that way. You'll always get helped. Questions get answered typically within 30 minutes or so. So you don't have to wait a long time, like on a forum when you go ask a question on a forum, check back 2 years later, no one's answered yet. It's not like that. So definitely go there if you're serious about learning stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good places online to go garner information for when you're trying to get into the hobby. CJ, the YouTube channel is still in the clear. So still, STILL, in, the letter N, the clear.
Oh, you can't. It's backwards. Never mind.
It's backwards.
I was showing you the high performance decal, not high performance decal. What was it?
High performance.
I think it was decal.
Decal. Oh, okay.
Yeah, high performance decal. Yeah.
High performance decal, still in the clear.
Yeah, Clinton brings up a good point too about the MeWe. There's normally at any time of day someone on there. There's guys from Europe. There's people that are just night owls or that work nights, or there's normally always someone available to help you out with your issue, even if you're having one at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know. Absolutely, CJ. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Winsong, you see it. You know, I usher people out of the TikTok over to the YouTube. I think it's a better view. I think it's easier to, see what's going on with everybody else in the chat.
You don't get the drip cam.
You don't get the drip cam.
Over there.
You don't get the Adam cam.
Yep.
You don't get the collective chat.
High performance decals. That's right. Mud Grip's got it.
Mud Grips and Moonshine.
Keep me straight on that.
Mud Grips and Moonshine says the only stupid question here is the one you don't ask. That's 100% true.
So true.
Yeah.
Looks like CJ came over to YouTube. Michael how do we say your last name? Michael D.
DiGino?
DiGino.
Michael DiGino.
Michael DiGino.
Michael D.
Grazie. Subscribe to the channel. Subscriptione.
Ray says one day everyone is doing a caravan to Cyrus's shop, and I say bring it. Come on.
That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. There's
they just plan a meetup without us and just show up over here one day.
That would be awesome. There's plenty of parking. There's like campsites all around here. RV sites, like next building over.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure we could get access to if we wanted.
Let's see. Pick this up. Yeah.
Winsong has not convinced Uncle Moonshine yet to come over here.
Dang.
Uncle Moonshine, have you at least been over here to see what the live looks like on this side of the world? Because it's a different experience, my friend. You might want to check just to see.
Goes up over here with the YouTube handle of Marcus Morgan VII. Whoa, what a lineage.
Richard's giving us an update. The 13-year-old Beagle is doing better. His days are numbered, though. Prepared, kind of. And I get it. That does suck. I've lost relatives that didn't bother me as much as losing dogs.
Cost of a good dog is a broken heart.
Yeah.
If my cat died, I'd be so bummed out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that every once in a while with our dog. It's like, man, I don't look forward to
That would suck, dude.
losing you.
Little Sage.
Yep.
Yeah, not on my watch, dude.
Clinton House says, Cyrus's Moonshine Mecca Retreat. I don't like that name. I mean, I think we take my name off of it.
I think we create some distance there.
I don't know any linen yet, so maybe when I have some linen robes, we might call it that.
Get your linens.
Drinking some
You better go to the
linen robes and sandals and
tailor, get measured up.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Let's start a cult, dude. Why don't we have a cult?
I mean, I've tried before, but nobody follows.
Yeah.
Pretty tough.
You know, we could probably get some sound bites from.
You break out the Kool-Aid now and go, wait.
Hang on.
Yeah.
We're doing a Kool-Aid post flavor. I wonder if we could get some good Cyrus sound bites from the Warriors movie. There's a King Cyrus in that. Do you know that movie, The Warriors? Look it up. I figured that was from your day.
I mean,
It's like late 70s, I think, and it was like a New York like gang. Well, you would have been a kid, right?
What's it called?
The Warriors.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, like these gangs. It's
I
a
really
weird.
don't like watching those old movies
Yeah.
anymore because they're so bad.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll check it out.
it's a weird one.
Kind of like an Escape from New York type movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. Still in the clearest moonshine mecca. Sir Shine a Lot. Yeah, that's my rapper name. Sir Shine a Lot.
Libby Dave, are you behind in the chat? He's like 45 minutes behind. Oh, what happened?
I don't think he was in there on all that.
Yeah, he's in there. I was just checking around.
Thought Cyrus's foot under the table was a K.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know what that means.
Poison back in the chat. He said, "Everybody order something today."
yeah. The orders kind of went crazy today.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
Mud Grip says Warriors is a great classic. Well, maybe I'll go check it out.
It's interesting.
What is it?
The Warriors, 1979.
Give me just a quick plot, real quick.
Basically, there's a bunch of street gangs, just all kinds of different gangs, and a gang leader is killed. And I can't remember if it's the Warriors that get pinned for this or if it's someone else, but basically it's a huge turf war in New York, like Coney Island, the Bronx, and all of this. Some very like.
Are we talking like Italians or?
No, it's like they're very strange. Like some of them like wear like baseball uniforms. Like it's a weird.
So it's like myth type.
Kinda.
Like they're just.
It's just not what you would expect from that description. It's kind of weird. But I mean, I liked it. It's a weird movie. Oh, it's a comic book. Okay, that explains why they're so funny looking.
Okay.
They'll be like face painted, like you know.
Oh, you know what? I think I may have seen that.
Maybe.
Clinton is asking if you've ever done a brandy where you held back 1 or 3 quarts of the wine and then added it back in for sweetening.
I never have. I know that that's probably a really good thing to do. I've seen guys do that. I know that's a popular kind of tool. Most of the apple brandy, the pineapple we did, the stuff like that. We did put stuff in the thumpers on those, but I never kept any of the original dry wine and post-flavored the brandy with the, I guess what would technically be the ferment. I never did. I never have done that. I should do it.
Yeah, for sure.
To be honest.
Uncle Moonshine is here now.
He said, "You happy now?"
We're all very happy.
Thank you,
Uncle
Mike.
Moonshine.
We're trying to get everybody to boycott TikTok over here real quick. YouTube's still in the clear. Mad Dog 2020, $3 a bottle in the late 80s. Good Lord.
Like when he said $10 a bottle, I was like, what?
$3 in the 80s, though, that's
$10.
That's an hour's wage, probably, for your average guy that's buying MD 2020 back then.
Yeah, back then, minimum wage was like $3.25.
Worth it, right?
Adam, if you've seen the anime Air Gear, that is homage to the Warriors.
I have not seen it, but I will look into that. Admittedly, I don't have a deep anime catalog. I basically just liked Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan, but I think they're illustrated by the same people, if I remember right. You could probably answer that question.
Anime sucks, dude.
No, it doesn't.
Anime sucks.
Watch Vinland Saga. You
Anime
won't say that anymore.
sucks, dude, and I'll never watch it. That's my opinion. That's how I feel.
Whatever, dude.
Winsong is saying that the Blueberry Mountain Brandy was the last one. It was awesome. And I think she may be talking about holding back some of the wash and adding it to the distilled.
Oh, the wash.
Well, the wine. Yeah, it's a must. It's a must.
The must.
Wash,
okay. I thought you were talking about after it had been in the still.
I think that's what she's talking about. I don't know. She'll clear it up for me if that isn't. Must. Used to get a gallon of Thunderbird for.
Clinton says, Zach, did you ever watch original Scooby-Doo? If so, you watched anime. Look at the names of animators and credits. I did watch old school Scooby-Doo, and now I renounce it.
Loved it back then. Didn't know.
Yeah. Don't like it now.
Didn't know it sucked.
Now that I've realized, shit sucks.
Yeah, Berserk.
Mark Morgan says he doesn't see all the other comments. That's probably just because nobody's commenting over there. So,
well, he's on YouTube now.
Yeah, but he's probably saying he doesn't see the TikTok ones.
Yep.
When TikTok comments,
we're shoving people out of the TikTok. Also, TikTok's just on its own little island over here. Like, first off, thanks for being here, but also, you know what I mean? You get it? Yeah. Bugs Bunny is the only anime I watch. Bugs Bunny is not anime, right?
I think it depends on
cartoons, anime. Is that what we're saying?
No.
Okay.
No, it's the animators or the people who wrote it. So if it's a Japanese animation,
I'm a bit surprised by all the anime knowledge in the chat. That's
I don't like
interesting. I don't know anything about it.
Vinland Saga was the one that made me say, okay, I like it.
That's right, dude. Yeah, dude. Anime sucks.
I did not say that.
That's what he means.
And I think this is anime, but I could be wrong. But the closest thing I ever watched to it was a show back when I was a kid called Speed Racer.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody know Speed Racer?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
anime, right?
I think so, yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a Japanese show.
Like you're backpedaling now.
It's the only thing I know of that might be anime.
Now, this isn't anime, but I found out semi-recently that...
Speed Racer equals anime.
Yeah, for sure.
The Mark V, yeah.
The Power Rangers, the live-action Power Rangers, it was a voiceover of like a Japanese TV show. Like do you remember this? Like when we were kids, like live action.
100%. Yeah.
So if I remember right, and Clinton, you probably know this. Power Rangers, it was a Japanese show that they just like dubbed in English with a totally different
and masks on. It'd be very easy.
Yeah,
very easy to dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put this in 40
I could have been one of the dubbers.
You could.
Bender of the universe.
Johnny Quest has a familiar ring to it, but I'm not placing it.
Yeah.
Thundercats was a show I watched as a kid.
Yep.
I think. Is that No, I'm not thinking of the same thing. I think my kids watched Thundercats, if I'm not mistaken.
Thundercats.
Anyway, we're quite a ways from the Shine topics at this point.
Yeah, we are.
Well, we're just fine. Everybody seems to be enjoying the chat.
We're close to the top of the hour. So we'll just run until the top of the hour. I'm going to pull this jar off if we want to just proof it, and then we'll just go till 8.
Okay. Yeah. Joe is clearly tired of the conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
How long does it take my mash to finish? Is Joe's question. She's like, please, can we talk about something else?
Please. I'm in the same boat, Joe.
Did Uncle Moonshine go to the Homebrew channel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think
he was
in there earlier.
Okay, so he wasn't like seeing all the chats.
3 people over there. So.
Oh, no, it happens over there, too?
Yeah, that's the same.
He can't see it. He can see it on the screen, but he's not going to see it in his actual chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so what is this one?
Yeah, Collector Rick, my dad actually came in here the other day and told us he's caught 2 swarms in the last few days.
One was out of my deer stand, which grateful for that.
And there was some guy called up here looking for something, said he was going to try and catch a swarm and asked if we had something. And I said, man, nope.
I don't have that.
I don't know what it is.
Pheromones, maybe?
I don't know. No, he didn't call it that if that's what he was looking for. But yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about, and I told him we didn't carry it.
Dang, Dave. Olympic Dave says this beats talking to my wife. Oh, Jesus.
Ouch. Ouch.
I assume you're not watching with her. He just types back, dumb broad. Starts ripping on his wife.
Okay.
Moves on, throws out a guess. He just threw out a guess. Just we're moving on.
Give me 124. Oh, shit. 130.
130, everybody.
Ooh, 130.
Jeez.
Olympic Dave was closest as far as I can tell.
Should we fire this up in the morning and run the rest of the tails out of it?
I mean,
Refill up our feints?
there'll be
4 or 5 jars. Pretty pipe proof.
Yeah, there'll be 3/4 of a gallon left in it.
Is the juice worth the squeeze, knowing that we're just going to put it in a feints jar? Is it worth the propane?
Well, it's not worth the time, in my opinion. We got a lot to do tomorrow.
It's
pretty
tomorrow, yeah.
Full daggum day.
We're filming?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Scott Bryan asks, what does it smell like now?
You ever smell a brand new pair of New Balances? It's close to that.
That's
You know what I mean?
that's pretty close.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you open up a brand new pair of shoes, and you know, like the sole, the rubber factory sole smell?
Yeah, smell that. No, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Fresh bottom of shoe. That's how I would describe that smell.
New shoe bottom.
Desirable for shoe, undesirable for corn liquor.
13 pints, so about 1.5 gallons there. And there's another. What did we put it? We put 3 gallons in there, so there's still another 1.5 gallons. If you want to run it all out, it's there.
Well, we've got 1.5 out of it, right? Just roundabout.
Yeah, about 1.5.
Over 1.5. Yeah, we've got over 1.5 by a jar or so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll look at it tomorrow. We'll wake up in the morning and see how we feel and look at what all we got to do and see if it's even feasible to.
Yeah, Clinton, a lot of times we run these out just because it's during the show, and we just keep running.
We could film some Mile Hi mid-rolls
We could.
while it's running.
We could.
Maybe a good use of it. I don't know. We'll look at it.
Superbook and Flying Horse were biblical anime.
Sorry?
Huh?
I mean,
We're still talking about anime?
There's some anime people
There's
in there.
still, are there really?
I guess.
I didn't realize it was a thing. I guess it is a big community.
Huge.
Yeah. And I think, speaking directly to the anime community, based off my previous comments earlier, I just want to back up for a second and say nerds. No, I'm just kidding. I like nerdy stuff. Winsong with the 5 gifted. No, I think everyone knows I'm just joshing around. I like nerdy stuff.
If you don't know, you might be in the wrong spot anyway.
I forage the woods for wild mushrooms.
Right.
Like, that's kind of a nerdy hobby, I think.
Well, what do you think? Call it.
Yeah.
Do not forget, we are giving away one of these stills.
Look at that thing.
The 8-gallon Mile Hi Dual Purpose Pro. It's an amazing still. Been running this one for 3-ish years. Tons of liquor through that thing. And Never a problem with it. Always a good still to run. And we're giving one away this month. Go to stillintheclear.com and make any purchase on our website. That enters you into the contest. Also, if you buy a grain kit or a recipe kit, that is a double entry into the contest.
5 gifted memberships while we're live in the chat. That's another membership. We're keeping up with everything. If you bleed red, white, and blue like I do, I can't imagine a better still for you. A column still, it's super versatile. It's made in the great state of Colorado, right here in the US of A, baby. It's just such a good still, super durable, very easy to clean. And I hope that one of you here in the chat ends up with this bad boy at home. That said, it's 8 o'clock. It has been an awesome live. We appreciate each and every one of you, all the gifted memberships and everything that you guys do to support us, including shopping with us. And yeah, it's what a week, what a show,
what a show. Let's do it again next Thursday. This was great.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll do it.
Let's do it again.
We'll be back here next Thursday. See you guys next week.